Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the beautiful province of Quebec. Clinton, Jeffrey, and Adam Ross here as we get set to go for the championship, Adam. You ready?
Championship day, the XPN 250, 23 cars at the racetrack, an absolutely jam-packed grandstand, Clinton. This is going to be a phenomenal day.
We look at the point leader, Marc-Antoine Cameron, as he gets set for battle here today. He's had a great season. You know, been tough to beat, Adam. We have a lot of scenarios that we'll lay out throughout the day. Pretty much, where are we, 14th, 15th, and better, and Cameron's the champ?
15th or better, Marc-Antoine Cameron wins the championship. Kevin Lacroix has to dominate the day. He has to go out, he has to lead the most laps, he has to win the race, he has to hope that there will be some bad luck for Marc-Antoine Cameron. But think about the season, Clinton. This is race number 13. Cameron has 9 top 5s, 11 top 10s. Unbelievable. He just doesn't have very much bad luck.
I think Delaware was the one time they laid an egg here this season. They struggled there in the most previous oval race, and that gave them the issues, but still nothing really to be worried about when they have that kind of lead. You still have to be concerned, but nothing to worry about too bad yet.
They came in conservative, and I think, if anything, they learned a lesson. Marc-Antoine Cameron doesn't do conservative. It's not his style. It's not his jam. Robin McCluskey, the crew chief for that car, they are designed to come out, be fast, and run at the front of the pack. You get back in the middle, and today, in my opinion, this is a worst-case scenario for Marc-Antoine Cameron. He qualified 8th. There are 4 drivers ahead of him who do not care about point standings. They're not here to race for points. They haven't been in the points. They are just here to have a good day. That is the biggest problem Cameron could encounter here this afternoon.
Now, all these racers in their own right, classy. They know the deal. They'll do their best to stay out of the way. But, they invest a lot of money to rent these cars out and come out here and be a part of this deal. So they're here seriously trying to compete at way too. So they're not just going to lay over, but hopefully they're going to be courteous for the points leaders.
We call things crashes and wrecks, but there's a reason why they're actually called accidents. No one's going to intentionally take out someone who's racing for a championship, most likely. They've all got enough respect. As you say, they've got plenty invested. Their reputations are on the line. It's the things that happen accidentally. Look at the front stretch. There's a wall on the outside. There's a wall on the inside. There's a wall all the way along the back stretch. You get into any kind of problem, what you're going to hit is very solid, and it's going to ruin your day.
Yeah, this track, in fact, Adam, they're still working on the backstretch. I'm not sure if you know about that. There's some track conditions that they're concerned with out here. Just on the entrance to the back straight coming out of turn 2, so they've had a lot of officials over there. We talked a bit about it. We'll follow that story throughout the day. I guess patch in the track is they've been working on, so we'll see how that works out. But the place is gorgeous, Adam. What a setup here at Autodrome Montmagny, where you've got a road course with the oval portion is what we're on here. But, when we get the camera views around, you'll see if they dip off turn 3, you can go down. There's a whole road course that everybody's pitted on back there in the rear pit area, if you will. Not what we see right down in front here, but what a great setup to this place. And the crowd here, Adam. We pulled in yesterday, campers everywhere. The place has been jammed. They had 2 fantastic days of action here, and as we're witnessing in this crowd we're seeing on the screen right now, it's amazing turnout here today. Even early this morning they were here.
Jubilant crowd. They are here to celebrate. The lineup at the concession, and when I say concession, I mean the beer garden, has been long all weekend long. They are here having a great time. Quebec is just such a phenomenal atmosphere.
Yeah, they certainly love their racing here, and no bad view here at Montmagny today. And we're going to bring you some great views. Just got to look at the speed camera there. We've got 2 cameras down on pit road to bring you mobile shots. We got our 3 around the outside of the speedway. And, of course, our speed shot right down in front. There's DJ Kennington, the veteran, as he gets ready to do battle here. They've kind of had an up and down year, showed some speed, certainly seemed to kick the bad luck they had last year. But, man, it's tough out here. It is no easy breakfast.
Well, here's the trouble, and I'm going to do this unofficially, Clinton. Let's look up and down the starting grid at who has won a race in their career in this series. Alex Labay, Kevin Lacroix, Raphael Lessard, Andrew Ranger. Donald Teague, Marc-Antoine Cameron, Alex Gannett, Jason Hathaway, DJ Kennington. Going towards the back of the field, LP Dumoulin. How many names did I reel off there? Maybe 8, 9?
Yep.
Only 3 of them have won this year.
Yeah, good point.
12 races, and they've all been split between Marc-Antoine Cameron, Kevin Lacroix, and Andrew Ranger. That means there's half a dozen drivers that are going to get to the offseason upset. if they haven't visited Victory Lane this year. And you know, the ones that jump to the top of our mind are an LP Dumoulin in the 47, who's been very frustrated. DJ Kennington at Castrol Edge 17. This is their last opportunity to get to the offseason with any bit of momentum.
I got to speak to LP at Delaware, and he's a little frustrated with their oval track program. He knows they need to be better, and he says we should be better. But it is tough here, and that's how you see things go up and down through over the years. You know, it seems like everybody's really good one year, struggle a bit the next. It's a bit of a wave up and down where you find yourself in that wave from week to week is where these guys find themselves sometimes. But, man, what a great contingent of cars. Good to see a good field of cars and a lot of other guys getting involved here at the end of the season.
Racing is the same whether you're starting at the very grassroots level of go-karting all the way up to Formula One. Look at Max Verstappen. He couldn't lose for how long? Well,
yeah.
now they're in a point where they're not the dominant car. That's the way racing goes. You cannot rest on your laurels. Right now, we've got 3 drivers who are at the top of their game. We've got drivers with multiple championships like LP Dumoulin and DJ Kennington who are having to up their game. They know what they have to do, and they're going to come out and do it. And at some point, they'll be the rabbits that others are chasing.
Let's talk about Alex LeBay for a minute. You know, came out and got the pole here. Kind of been a part-timer this year. Been in and out after a couple years as a full-time driver. Knows this place well. What do you expect out of the 36 today?
I expect consistency. You know, that he is Mr. Consistent. They're looking to run the full schedule in 2025. So I expect that this will be a tune-up. This will be a great opportunity for him to put an exclamation point on the season. He's got the pole position, but he's got Kevin Lacroix right beside him, and you know Lacroix is going to do anything he needs to do to lead a lap.
Raphael Lessard, obviously the standout here out of Quebec, making his way down to a NASCAR career. He will start in third today, which is a great starting spot for Lessard. Expect great things out of him and LaRue machine today.
He won the race here last night, the 150-lapper that also had a huge crowd in attendance. So he's coming off a hot finish. He obviously knows this racetrack. This track has a lot of character. There's a big bump down the back straightaway. There's a couple of bumps in 3 and 4 that the drivers really have to be mindful of. You have to adjust your line to contend with them. And the drivers that have some experience here, drivers like Raphael Lessard, Alex LeBay, they're going to do just that. But all the competition, these are the best race car drivers in the country. They will figure it out.
That seems to be the sentiment of the day as we were having breakfast back at the hotel or meandering around the pit area today, talking to some of the teams. It seems whoever could negotiate the bumps here will be fast. But when you look at it, Adam, it's hard to see. You got to see the cars out there. This place looks gorgeous right now. You can't believe there's a bump out there, but it will get interesting throughout the day. It
will. And look in the background, the St. Lawrence Seaway. This is just a beautiful setting, a beautiful spot for a racetrack. A little bit off the beaten path, Clinton. You know, we stayed in town, but it's only about 5 kilometers away. That crowd is absolutely phenomenal. Can't say enough about the people who have come out to support this weekend and the ownership group of this speedway that have dumped millions of dollars. Not invested millions of dollars. Shouldn't use the term dump because they have spent it wisely.
We also talk about, and this is a good look, if you just pan to the right a little bit there, that is where we're starting the drag strip, Adam. So that drag strip will actually run all the way down the front straight, coming the opposite direction. So multi-use facility here, drag strip, road course, oval track, all kinds of stuff. I'm told the motorcycles are out here quite a bit.
Drifting. The infield of turns 1 and 2 is a drift pad,
yep.
And they have just fired the engines. So we are ready to get rolling here at Autodrome Montmagny. 250 laps the distance. There will be a break right around the midway point. And let's talk about the championship. Cameron has to finish 15th or better to be locked in as the champion. The other 2 drivers with a shot at it are Kevin Lacroix, driver of that 74, and Andrew Ranger, driver of the 27. But either one of them, in order to win, are going to have to lead the most laps and win this race.
Here's one drive we'll have our eye on most of the day. Marc-Antoine Cameron. The 96 car comes in. The Paillet Chevrolet is the point leader today. And if he can make his way inside the top 15 spots, he will leave as champion.
See all the drivers putting their cars in gear, rolling ahead, rolling backwards. We've got one first-time racer. That's always exciting to me. And as I say that, I've lost lost my sheet. But great starting spot for Martin Goulet Jr. Out of Masouche, Quebec, the Myrtle Cranes Toiture LB sponsored 83. That is a former Marc-Antoine Cameron car, and he qualified 1 spot behind Marc-Antoine Cameron, so pretty impressive.
It's always tough when you come out here as a rookie and have to go against these drivers. And, it's got to be intimidating going against the level of experience we've got here today, even if you are comfortable here at home.
Field pulls away on the front straightaway. Everyone seems to be just fine and rolling off so far. 23 cars. That's the best field of cars we've had on an oval track all season long. It's exactly what you want for the big season finale.
Looks like everybody able to roll away without incidents. And everybody's in gear and on the speedway now. Take a couple laps and get them ready to go here.
A couple of drivers that are going to be fun to watch at the back of this field. Dexter Stacy in the 92, LP Dumoulin in the 47, Larry Jackson in the 84, JP Bergeron as well in the 1. They had quite a bit of speed in practice. They did not back that up in qualifying, so we've got a number of cars that are going to be trying to work their way through this field.
We look at the 80 of Donald Teach there, man. He's dying to get an oval track win. They've been quick. We saw them have spark plug wire issues at Delaware, which caused them to fall back. And if hunger means anything, watch out for the 80 today.
Right. Yeah, he has a big entourage of people here all sitting up in turn number 4. They've got their RVs. They've been out here all weekend long, and he's looking for a big day.
We haven't talked a lot about Alex Gannett. In a stackly prepared car, should be a good piece here today for that red 39.
That's the challenge. You look through this field, 23 cars, 15 of them are legitimate contenders to win the race. Only one of them is going to get that honor at the end of the day.
Let's talk about race strategy, Adam. 250 laps, break at the halfway. What's the strategy thoughts today?
You have to go. You can't wait. You can't wait till halfway. Everyone's going to get tires. There's going to be no live pit road action, so you've got to make your passes on the racetrack.
Very wide down the front straightaways, you see. You got a couple extra lanes to the bottom than we would have it anywhere else in the oval realm that we go here with this series.
Once they really get rolling, you'll see them drive down into turn number 1, just come across the end of the rumble strips below that white line. Same thing with the exit of turn number 4. They exit below the white line if they're on a good lap. Who's going to be the first driver to venture up to the outside? We've seen Andrew Ranger do that for years. Park himself in the outside lane and just run where nobody else does.
Yeah, if you've got grip, you've certainly got the room here. So we will watch and see as we get ready to go. White flag being shown. 1 to go here.
Mike Charest up in the flag stand with one finger high in the air saying, we're going to let you loose off of turn number 4 next time by. The field taking shape behind the pace car. Double file, 12 rows deep.
Alex LeBay, Kevin Lacroix will roll things on. Raphael Lessard and Andrew Ranger. Double file in the back. Getting set to roll here for the NASCAR Canada Series Championship here at Montmagny.
3/8 mile oval. It is plenty wide. It is plenty fast, and there is going to be a lot of action here this afternoon. Alex LeBay in the 36. Kevin Lacroix in the 74. Worked them off of turn number 4.
Things getting jumbled up here. They come back to green for the initial start. Green is out, and we are on it. Off to 1.
Even start across the front row. Alex LeBay and Kevin Lacroix going to drag race down the back straightaway. LeBay with the advantage off of turn number 2.
Lessard and Ranger right on the rear spoiler of the top 2 as they bring it off 4 for the first time. Who will lead lap number 1? It looks like it will be LeBay.
No, Kevin Lacroix at the straight. So we've got live timing and scoring here and a manual scoreboard.
Ah, there we go. That's my mistake then. So
no, it's all good. Side by side, they continue to battle for that top spot. Kevin Lacroix with a great run off of turn number 4 last time. Can he do it again? Yes, he does. It continues to be the 74 of Lacroix out in front.
Just nosing that outside lane just a little bit, but here comes back on the bottom. LeBay in the 36 will get the nose back out into 3.
Remember, LeBay ran 150 laps here last night in the ACT late model, came home with a 3rd place finish. This time at the line, Alex LeBay is your race leader.
Starting to dip down low on the line into 1 and 2. Here comes Raphael Lessard working on the inside of Lacroix 74. Almost got to the number out of 2.
Through 3 and 4, Lacroix sliding up the racetrack to go to the outside of those bumps. Alex LeBay down low, running the inside of the bumps. You can see him down into turn 1. Just dip those left side tires to the inside of the white line.
Best battle right now is for second. Lessard trying to get underneath Lacroix. 74 into 3 they go. Lacroix up a little bit higher, and Lessard trying to push him up to the wall.
Side by side, wheel to wheel, down into 1 and 2. Lessard pushes up the racetrack just a little bit, and Brent Weller has gone around in turn number 3. That'll bring our first caution of the day.
Curb Records 98 machine for the Bray team. Jim Bray, longtime car owner here in the series, NASCAR veteran in his own right.
Brent Weller was able to get going before losing a lap, but Jim Bray has been part of NASCAR for 70 years.
Yeah, it's crazy to think we're in our 76th year with NASCAR, and he's been there for almost all of it.
So first yellow flag of the day. Kevin Lacroix, though, got his laps led. He got his bonus point. He wants the bonus point for leading the most as well, but he's going to have to work pretty hard for that. And as we talked about earlier, we're talking about drivers who are not in the point standings. Alex LeBay and Raphael Lessard. They know not to mess with the points leader or the points contenders, but they're here to race and they're here to win.
Yeah, I think out of the veterans we've got outsiders, those two would be the ones who you think would keep their P's and Q's in line as best as they need to. Marc-Antoine Cameron on the championship watch up to 7th right now, so if he just rides here, he's got this one, but if things get offside for the 96, well, we'll have to see how they battle back now. Well, they're being held on the back straightaway here, Adam.
Okay, so they must have deemed him a lap down car.
So the 98 stopped here on the entrance to turn number 3, and he should grab a gear when the 97 rolls by of Maxime Govro.
And we wait. There he goes.
So Brent Weller will pick up the tail end of the field. Back to the front, still Alex LeBay. Ahead of Kevin Lacroix, Raphael Lessard, and Andrew Ranger, the top 4. 8 laps complete so far, 1 to go at the line.
Alex LeBay leads the way over Kevin Lacroix, Raphael Lessard, Andrew Ranger, with Steve Cote slotting into that 5th spot. 6th through 10th is Donald Teague, Marc-Antoine Cameron, Will LaRue, Martin Goulet, and Alex Gannett.
White. I keep calling it the white. It's the one to go here because he's not got the white in hand like Charest. The furled up yellow showing them 1 to go. And as we reflect back on our year, it's been pretty wild. There have been a lot of cool places this year with the tour. Met some great people, saw some great racetracks.
As far east as you can go in this country to St. John's, Newfoundland.
Yes, literally as far as you can go. Getting ready to go. Pace car pulls down on pit road. We're ready to roll.
This time Alex LeBay gets the luxury of firing first as the race leader. As soon as he got into that Pinty's restart zone, he throttled up. He'll lead the way down into 1 and 2, but Kevin Lacroix drives it deep on the outside.
Side by side down the back straightaway they go. Lessard squirts up into third alone, almost got that lane to himself, but they'll pull up alongside and back to the line they come. Who will it be this time? It's going to be LeBay by a nose.
Alex LeBay out in front. Raphael Lessard glued to the back bumper of that number 36. Down the back straightaway they go.
Lacroix not going away on the outside, and neither is he getting freight train back at him. He can maintain that outside groove and not get run to the backside, which is a great thing for these guys who are thinking about going up top.
Well, they're 3 wide further back in the pack, so this is a wide racetrack. There's a lot of raceable grooves. Kevin Lacroix, as hard as he's fought, his car just not quite as good as Alex LeBay. At least his car up on the outside, not quite as good as LeBay. He'll fall in line in that 3rd position and try to log some laps here, Clint.
Yeah, we'll see what he does, and he's going to maybe test out the bottom here, and he will do that, as you said, log laps, get in line, and not get freight trained back. You proved your car isn't any better on the outside. So hang tight, hold your stuff till it counts.
A little deeper in the field, DJ Kennington trying to get a nose to the inside of Will LaRue in that 45. Donald Teach side by side on the outside of Marc-Antoine Cameron, giving that 80 car a good run up there on the high side.
80 of Teach pinned up on the top side, trying to get that run up to pick up the spot, but now he's got to get back in line before he gets freight trained backwards. Martin Goulet Jr. working on the inside quarter there, trying to pin that 80 up on the top. And if Goulet could just get a little bit further, he can hold the spot, but no, Teach will duck back down in front.
Goulet going to school right now. Donald Teach right in front of him. Jason Hathaway right behind him. That's a couple hundred of NASCAR Canada Series races under their belts.
LeBay extending his lead now to about 15 car lengths down the backstretch in front of Raphael Lessard and Kevin Lacroix. We still watch the battle with Cameron and Cote as they go at it around 5th and 6th.
LeBay with about a 10 car length advantage over Raphael Lessard in that 7 machine. Kevin Lacroix keeping a close eye on the Lessard number 7 right up on the back bumper. They've got a bit of a cushion back to Andrew Ranger, who runs in the 4th spot.
Working here onto the back chute. Field coming around, everybody strung out in the top 3. Then it starts to get a group of 3 around their 4th, 5th, and 6th, and everybody pretty much straight line, freight lane to the back.
The only side-by-side battle is deep in the field. JP Bergeron in the 1 on the inside of LP Dumoulin in that 47. Both of them trying to work their way through the field, but they haven't had a whole lot of success here in the early going. Glenn Steyer just picked up a spot on Matthew Kingsbury. He runs back in the 15th spot.
Leaders bring it off of 4 there. You get a good look at the gap between 1st and 2nd. That's the Lessard and Lacroix machines running 2nd and 3rd here. A long way back, and there you get a nose at the leader, Kevin LeBay, as he comes in and out of the picture briefly.
Lacroix closing ever closer on the Lessard number 7, right up on the rear decklet as they go through the center of the turns. Lessard looks to be battling a little bit of a loose condition in that 7 machine.
Still not fading back too much now. Lacroix points the nose of the 74 down on the inside. He'll take advantage and see if he can drag race up the inside. The 7 holds tight on the outside.
Lacroix sort of got into no man's land there in turn number 4. You need those left side tires underneath the white line to avoid the bumps on the exit of turn 4, or you've got to be up in that 2nd groove, but he clears Raphael Lessard. Move Kevin Lacroix up to the 2nd spot with 23 laps on the board.
Good look there at 2nd and 3rd. Battle back to 4th would be the Ranger machine, Cote, and then Cameron. And there's a good look at the 29-96 battle here as they go at it. Currently, Cote runs a position number 5 with Cameron trying to take it away, who rolls on 6th in that red and white Paille Chevrolet machine.
Last time at the line, Kevin Lacroix just a hair faster than Alex LeBay, but he's got a long way to go to try to close that gap.
Watching Goulet battle with the Tej 80 that time off of turn number 4. Good look down the front straightaway here from our camera number 2. Cote still holding a good line on the bottom. Cameron unable to do anything with him.
Further back in the pack, Matthew Kingsbury mixing it up with Glenn Steyers. That's a battle for the 15th spot. Kingsbury has a nose to the inside as they work through 3 and 4, not quite close enough to make that move stick.
By virtue of following the whole tour, Glenn Steyers comes in tonight 8th in points, that he actually has a shot at 7th, so he'll be racing hard today to try and get that extra spot in the championship standings.
Dexter Stacy in the 92 is struggling a little bit with the handle on that Recap Recovery Drink sponsored car. He's way up on the outside of the racetrack trying a bit of a different line.
Now he really looks slow that time, Adam, like he had a problem coming down the front straightaway.
I almost wonder if he's broken. I think he's broken an axle.
You know, as you said that, the car looked like it stepped out.
That or the rear end starting to come out of that thing. Let's have a look as he goes by. He has really got his hands full.
So if you break an axle, you know, these cars have locked rear ends, right? So only the right rear or the left rear is pushing, which really upsets the handling. It's going to push you one way, the opposite way of whichever is broken. Now, if you've got a broken axle, you're going to ride this out as long as you can until LeBay gets on your back bumper. You think so, and pray you maybe get a yellow here to get in and get it looked at. And if the leader gets on you, then maybe you think about it, but we'll see how they play this one. But yeah, that car is slipping through the turns, and certainly not handling the way that 92 should.
The other thing it could be is some sort of fluid coming out the 92, but that's going to affect the race leader, Alex LeBay, so we'll watch for him as the field gets bottled up behind the 98 of Brent Weller.
There's a good battle there. Donald Teach, Goulet Jr., Hathaway, all trying to work their way around the Weller 98, who will hold down the inside lane. Martin Goulet Jr. looking good here, Adam, in the early going. An outsider rolling inside the top 10, rolling 8th in that black 83.
Doing a great job. Another driver who is on the move right now is Alex Gannett behind the wheel of that red Motos Illimité number 39, trying to get to the inside of Will LaRue down in turns 1 and 2. Marc-Antoine Cameron gets around Steve Cote, so move Cameron up into the top 5.
We watch this battle with Gannett and LaRue. Will LaRue showing some shots of brilliance this year when he's dabbled with the series.
Goulet all over the back end of Donald Teach. Alex Gannett still trying to make that move stick on the 45 of Will LaRue. Lots of drivers here this weekend, Clinton. Just unbelievable, the turnout of cars, and what a show this puts on for the race fans.
Great battle there, right around the top 10. As they all try and find their pecking order. 35 complete now. Still a long way to go in this. 215 laps still to go with a break at lap 125.
Cameron is caught up to Andrew Ranger in that 27, drives to the inside down in 1 and 2. That's a battle for the 4th spot. Steve Cote right behind them in the 29.
Cameron rolling that inside lane. Ranger looks like he's going to have to let him go, as if anything, the 96 has come to life here after 30 or so laps.
Was not the kind of qualifying run we expected out of Cameron. Keep in mind, he was the fastest in practice yesterday afternoon, so then to come out in qualifying and only qualify in the 8th spot, that was a surprise to all of us.
At Delaware, they thought they had a bad set of tires that ruined their day, and we're not going to try and over-adjust to compensate. Couldn't quite get where they needed to be to make any points, but still didn't lose a massive amount, and finds himself still here in the championship running.
Wow, they are all stacked up behind Brent Weller down the back straightaway. Glenn Stiers, LP Dumoulin, Simon Dion-Vienne, Maxime Gauvreau pinned down to the inside. He'll try to swing up, but Larry Jackson is there. 3 wide down the front straightaway they go.
Oh, 3 wide. That was around Weller. They get together just a little bit. Bergeron catches a piece of the 98, and don't look now, but the leaders are right there on the back bumper of this massive basket of chaos.
Alex LeBay had a great seat for that. He'll drive to the inside of JP Bergeron in 3 and 4. Problem for Goulet, the 83. He is off the pace down into 3 and 4. Goulet going to bring that 83 down pit road.
Rough break for the 83. He had a good run going there, was certainly running inside the top 10. He'll bring it on to pit road, and we'll see if he gets what kind of service out of him. And I don't see the crew running around too crazy. Now they're going under the hood.
Yeah, never a good sign when you're going under the hood of the race car. He was running very well. The only thing I can imagine is possible overheating on that 83 because he was still turning some fast laps.
We'll watch and see, but not a lot of action. Hey, when you got the hood up and you're not touching anything, it usually doesn't mean things are going your way today.
Wow, JP Bergeron taking advantage of drivers moving over to get out of the way of the race leaders. He's passed a couple of cars. Now Alex LeBay right on his tail. LeBay going to look to the outside of that number 1 down in 3 and 4.
A little bit chaos there. Some back markers dealing with their own battles with the leader on their back bumper. LeBay to the outside of Bergeron here. Lacroix is there in second as well, but still a long gap back to the Raphael Lessard number 7. But maybe this gives Lacroix something to work with.
Well, it certainly could. Lacroix is right up on the back bumper of the 36 of LeBay. Well, actually a couple of car lengths between them, but they're both running that outside groove. They go around the outside of Glenn Stiers and the zeros. JP Bergeron slides up in front of the 74 of Lacroix. That might not end well.
Lacroix points the 74 out to the outside, around the 1 of Bergeron. 83 back on the speedway now, so whatever it was, they got it fixed, and it didn't look like they were thrashing too hard, but they got it going.
That got pretty snug coming off of turn number 2. Goulet trying to get back up to speed on the racetrack. We scan around. Alex Lebay has gotten around all of that traffic and pulled away from Kevin Lacroix by about 10 car lengths.
Running order as we go right now, Alex Lebay, Kevin Lacroix, Raphael Lessard, Marc-Antoine Cameron, Steve Cote, the top 5. Then Ranger, LaRue, Teague, Hathaway, and Gannett inside the top 10.
Alex Lebay, the only driver to have turned a lap in the 17-second bracket. Lap 14, he turned to 17.964. So he has had the fastest car on the racetrack basically since the drop of the green flag, even though Kevin Lacroix managed to lead a couple of laps at the start of this one. Brent Weller down on pit road in that 98.
We'll wait and see what they go to work here. Looks like a chassis adjustment on the right rear of the curb 98 car there. And they will make a big adjustment on that right rear and see if they send them on back out. Yes, they will.
Of all the crew members in the pits, they sent the one without the helmet to go and do the work. The official walked out to him to remind him he needs a helmet on to be out there doing that.
Shame, shame.
Brent Weller back on the racetrack just among some of the leaders there. They'll go by on the back straightaway. And we've already seen a few different lines being run. Andrew Ranger moving up to the outside a little bit. He has lost a spot to Will LaRue. So Ranger back to the 7th spot.
50 laps complete, 1/5 the way through this 250 event at Autodrome Montmagny. If you're just joining us, we're here for the NASCAR Canada Series finale. Champion going to be crowned here today. We watched that gentleman who just might get it done, that Paille 96 of Marc-Antoine Cameron, currently running back there in the 4th position.
Black flag being displayed to the 98 of Brent Weller. I think he'll be brought down pit road for a penalty for that crew member being out doing the work on the car without a helmet on.
98 slow on to pit road. We still watch the battle here as Larry Jackson battling with the Lessard 7 and the 96 of Cameron as they try and battle there for positions 3 and 4.
Larry Jackson running right around the bottom of the racetrack. That's as much as he can do. Giving those lead lap cars lots of room to work with as Glenn Steyer's now off the pace in the 0 car.
Yeah, look, got loose up too, almost like he had a tire down or something, but the 0 car on pit road. We'll see what the owner of Ohsweken Speedway has going on with his machine here today.
I could be crazy, but it looks like there's a big chunk of something on the very outside of turn number 3. It's not in the groove whatsoever, but if it came off one of these race cars, it could be an important part.
I do see it up there, a big chunk in turn 3 up on the outside groove there. But it is out of the lane where we haven't seen anybody roll. Now Steyers brings the 0 car right into the pit stall. And that's not a good sign either, because it is not a pass-through stop, but more of a park it and fix it stop.
The crew down on both windows of the race car trying to see what might be going on with that 0 machine, but Glenn Steyers, the way he nosed in there, Clinton, as you mentioned, usually indicates his day could be done.
Crew looking under the rear end of the car to see what might be going on. Back on track. Leader in 2nd, close as they have been all day here. LeBay in the 36, your leader. Lacroix, the 74, runs in position number 2. Weller.
Yeah, Brent Weller in the 98. I think he spun out in turn number 1, just coming back up to speed now.
Slow on the outside is that 98. Watch to see if he makes his way around. No, he stays on the speedway.
Goulet back on track in the 83. He looks to be all the way back up to speed, running with Raphael Lessard right now. So right now, 15 cars on the lead lap. Next in line to go a lap down would be LP Dumoulin in that WeatherTech number 47. Remember, he had to go to the back for making unapproved adjustments after qualifying yesterday.
What a bunch of cars out there on the backstretch. Everybody tight together. Hathaway, Stacy, Weller. You got cars of differing speeds trying to battle each other here on the track, which makes it treacherous.
Well, and that's the fun part of having 23 cars at an oval race. You do get quite a bit of traffic. You get cars on different laps out there doing battle. Jason Hathaway in the 3 machine leading Alex Gannett and Andrew Ranger down into the corner. So Ranger not having the day he needed to have if he hopes to take home a championship here this afternoon.
Well, you mentioned, Adam, he needed to dominate, he needed to lead laps, he needed to lead the most laps, he needed to gain every bit of points he could here today. And not going the way he wants it to. But he was another guy who had terrible luck in 2023. And I think at the end of the day, Ranger could be pretty happy with the way his season went, whether he grabs the championship or not today.
I would think so. I would think you're absolutely right, as Alex Gannett trying to get a nose under the 3 of Jason Hathaway as they charge down the back straightaway. Now a look to the outside at the entry of 3 and 4. He's going to try to cross him over on corner exit.
Hathaway currently in 7th, Gannett 8th. So that's the battle we're watching right now. Larry Jackson in front of them is down a lap, and he is not in that battle, although he is in our picture just ahead of the number 3.
Running the same line as Hathaway right now is the 84 of Larry Jackson. He'll come off the corner and drop down to the inside on the front straightaway, allow Hathaway and Gannett passage on the outside.
Hathaway twisted that one up sideways. Now we see Ranger, Teach, and the number 9 machine of Kingsbury running hard down the back chute. Ranger currently running a little bit farther back than he needed to be. He's in 9th place.
Yeah, he's going in the wrong direction, that's for sure, here in the early going, as Alex Lebay has closed right in on LP Dumoulin in the 47. Dumoulin needs a yellow flag on the bright side for LP. Even should he go a lap down, it'll be a little while before they get to the next lead lap car, so he should be in the... Oh, Alex Lebay up the racetrack. That allows Kevin Lacroix to get to the inside. They're going to drag race down the front straightaway.
Lebay will get the spot back. Lacroix could not capitalize, but as LP Dumoulin holds up the progression of the leaders a bit here, we'll see if Lacroix can make a move to the outside.
Well, he did that once. I don't think LeVay is going to be too quick to go to the outside again. He's going to stay down low and probably try to make a move to the inside of LP Dumoulin.
And LP married to that white line on the bottom. Doesn't seem to be holding up the leaders at all yet. Not holding up LeVay to the point that Lacroix can make a charge. Brent Weller back into pit road here in the Curb Records 98 car. Stiers is still there in the 0.
Alex Lebay goes to the outside down into turn number 1, loses some ground to LP Dumoulin. Kevin Lacroix trying to pounce on that move.
Kingsbury almost got 3 wide there, thought about it a little bit closer up. It would have happened. Kennington entering that picture now.
Okay, I see what that piece is in turn number 3. Simone Dionvien is missing the right front fender off of that beautiful 37 car.
Just figured he'd leave it up in turn 3 for a souvenir. Championship week. Someone will take it home.
Make sure you get it autographed before you leave.
Yes, whole right front fender missing off the 37, as you mentioned. Fully up out of the groove. No one's even been close to it yet.
No.
And I would commend the officials for holding that one on. No need to go yellow for that yet.
Leaders are closing in. LP Dumoulin has actually driven away a little bit from the 36 of Alex Lebay. They're closing in on the 92 of Dexter Stacy, who's been running way up on the outside in that 92 machine. They'll work off of turn number 4. LP Dumoulin will go to the inside. No, he won't, not just yet. He's going to follow the 92 of Dexter Stacy. Now we'll look to the inside down in 1 and 2.
Off of 4, we get a quick look at this Simone Dionvien's 37, but it blasted through. There we see LP Dumoulin, the 47, holding back the 36 of Lebay and Lacroix. Not really holding up their progression much, though. Has been quick enough that they won't be angry about it.
Dexter Stacy now off the pace. I believe he's going to bring that 92 to pit road. Martin Goulet in again as well in the 83 machine.
Stacy slow, as you mentioned. He will inch his way back to the pit area here. And now Lebay with an inside move here on Dumoulin, who got loose right in front. He will lift, and the top 2 will make their way on by.
So now LP Dumoulin a lap down, running in that 15th spot.
Lebay and Lacroix have been pretty much married together here throughout the day. Lacroix has not let him get more than a few car lengths out in front. throughout the first 75 or so.
Kevin Lacroix trying to get to the inside of Alex LeBay, down into 1 and 2. LeBay's moved up the racetrack. Kevin Lacroix down low. They'll race door to door through the second turn. Lacroix noses out in front.
Yeah, not sure if that was a little slip up there for the 36, but definitely opened up the door for Lacroix to drive on through. Lacroix on the Napa machine, right at our speed shots as they come by down the front straightaway into turn 1 and 2.
Now out in front, let's see if Kevin Lacroix able to pull away. There is a bunch of traffic ahead of them still on the lead lap, but you know Lacroix would love to pin them a lap down. Looking in the rearview mirror, Marc-Antoine Cameron trying to close the gap on those leaders as well as Frederic Ladouceur to the inside of Dave Coursol. That's about half a straightaway ahead of our race leader.
Lacroix with open track ahead. As you mentioned, those cars a little bit further out, but shouldn't be a problem for the leader, at least for 10 or so laps, I would say, depending on how fast they are closing the gap. Good look at the Cote 29, who's battling there with the Lassard 7 and LaRue 45.
And the lines being run by the cars ahead of our race leaders, they are all over the racetrack. Donald Teague to the extreme outside, running even higher on the track than Andrew Ranger in the 27. DJ Kennington about halfway up the racetrack. And then you've got Dave Coursol with Frederic Ladouceur running a bit lower. Frederic Ladouceur has just moved over, I believe, to get out of the way of the race leaders as Dexter Stacy coming back on track.
There we see the recap recovery machine getting up to speed, and there's the two LaRue teammates, Will LaRue, Raphael Lassard. Will has been able to get the 45 in front of the 7, take that position away.
Andrew Ranger trying to diamond off the corner to make a move on Donald Teague. He'll drive to the inside in 3 and 4. The car pushes up the racetrack a little bit. Just ahead of them is Larry Jackson in the 84.
Watching LaRue and Lassard go battle each other here, teammates, as they work their way around onto the front chute once again.
Yeah, Will LaRue running in the 5th spot just ahead of Raphael Lassard. A great drive for him this afternoon.
Stacy back on pit road, so their problem's not going away in the 92 as he comes slow to pit entry once again.
Coursol goes a lap down to Kevin Lacroix. Now Lacroix will try to close in on DJ Kennington, that Castrol Edge 17.
Lacroix a few lengths back still. Good battle here as we watch Donald Teague trying to hold off the 27 of Andrew Ranger. That is the battle for 11th and 12th.
Andrew Ranger's been doing everything he can to try to make a move on Donald Teague, driving it so deep down into the corners on the outside, then crossing him over on corner exit, but just can't quite get the drive to pull up alongside of that 80.
Teague just looks like he's on the outside, and then Ranger's a whole other half lane outside of him through the turns. At least at that end of the speedway, once again goes up high, and Ranger going to try and make it work as he puts the power down on the outside.
Kevin Lacroix has arrived at the 17 to DJ Kennington. He'll drive to the inside of that Castrol Edge Dodge. Up ahead, they're side by side battling for position. Give Andrew Ranger the 10th spot.
Kevin Lacroix rolling on the back bumper of these, so that means he is lapped up to about 12th already, working on 11th place to put them down a lap.
So Ranger and Teague closing in on Larry Jackson rather in that 84. Kevin Lacroix in the 74 to the inside of Teague in turn number 2.
Can't quite get the Napa machine up past the Teague group 80 yet, but now he does. Will take the position as they come back to the line. Lacroix on the bottom will now point the nose at the Larry Jackson 84 and target himself on the 27.
LP Dumoulin closing in as well. He wants to be in that free pass position, but he's got a lot of cars to pass in that 47 machine because the leaders are tearing through this field.
Yeah, a couple more yellows certainly would have helped the mid-pack drivers here today to stay on the lead lap. We talked about it earlier, how easily, you can get put down a lap. Now, if you're first one down, you get that spot back. But the way he's picking them up and putting them down, it's tough to stay in that free pass position.
Lacroix to the outside of Larry Jackson to put the 84 another lap down. Donald Teach keeping pace with the 74, keeping himself in the free pass spot for the time being. We're 94 laps complete. There will be a midway break around the lap 125 mark.
It's been a solid first half here of this event. Things been running along fairly quickly and smoothly here. Looking at the leader, Kevin Lacroix, still rolling along in the 74 with good margin out front now.
Lacroix closing in on his teammate Andrew Ranger to put Ranger a lap down. That would be a huge blow to Ranger's championship hopes. He's already not having the best run this afternoon.
He is way up on the outside. Man, that 27 is in like the 6th groove up there. Every lap, he's right on the outside, and there's still more room here on this wide speedway, but by far the 27 is using the most of anybody else out here so far.
Ranger runs in the 10th spot right now. Marc-Antoine Cameron up in the 3rd position, doing everything he needs to do to secure a championship.
Still looking at the battle between the teammates. Two distinctly different lines here. The long way around for Ranger, but not fading back into the clutches of teammate Lacroix, who's leading this one as we close in on lap 100. Couple more laps will be there.
And Kevin Lacroix knows he doesn't need to put Ranger a lap down just yet. There's nobody applying the pressure from behind. Alex LeBay nearly half a straightaway behind our race leader, running in the 2nd spot.
He has faded back a little bit after dominating the early portion of this race. Cameron steadily marching his way to the front in 3rd position. Still a fair way back from the top 2, but he's in the mix.
Wow, Ranger got way out of shape on the outside that time in 3 and 4. That allows Kevin Lacroix to close right in. But I really do believe Kevin Lacroix might be cutting some slack to Ranger. He's turning 19.1 second laps. Alex LeBay is turning 18.9 second laps.
Teach trying to put some moves on the backside there. Looked like something came off the car, but I think it was just an optical illusion. 80 appears to be okay as he comes by us on the front chute here. Lacroix still out front, and that battle not going away between Ranger and Lacroix. So we pass lap 100.
102 on the board, in fact, this time as Kevin Lacroix streaks past the start-finish line. And he can only give Andrew Ranger so much more of a break as Alex LeBay is closed into about 12 car lengths from the race leader.
We'll see if they can hold off here for about 20 or so more still to go. Still a ways before the break, and a lot can happen in 20 or so laps.
Frederick Ladouceur is starting to get a little racy as well on that 51. He's past DJ Kennington, trying to get around Donald Teach. That would put him in the free pass position if he can make this move, and he'll go to the inside of Teach and pick up.
Oh, we've lost Weller off the speedway.
Brent Weller off the end of turn number 1. Tough break for Frederick Ladouceur because Donald Teach.
We will see how this one shakes out. 105 on the board of a scheduled 250 here today.
Let's take this opportunity to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll set the field for you again as we are 105 laps into the XPN 250. Welcome back to Autodrome Montmagny. Donald Teach picking up the free pass. Let's give you the running order with 107 laps complete. Kevin Lacroix is the race leader. Alex Labey runs second. Marc-Antoine Camerand is third. Steve Cote fourth, with Will LaRue running fifth. 6th through 10th, it's Raphael Lassard, Alex Gannett, Matthew Kingsbury, Jason Hathaway, and Andrew Ranger. Donald Teach runs 11th. That is the final car on the lead lap. One lap down, and this is a list: Frederic Ladesseur, DJ Kennington, LP Dumoulin, Dave Coursol, Simone Dionvien, JP Bergeron, and Maxime Gauvreau. So a handful of cars, Clinton, are a lap down. That was a long green flag run.
Everybody kind of find their pecking order in that type of situation. You know, you find out what you've got here for the long haul.
And now we've got a track position sprint, because by the time we go green, we're just opening pit road now. So by the time we go green, there'll be about 15 laps until the midway break.
Quite the cleanup truck here. They get somebody hanging off the back of it.
And they've got 2 seats off the back.
Yeah, I just saw that as they went down the back straightaway. Nothing like a little toboggan ride. Those seats are on the back.
I think they got rollers on the bottom of them.
So you can see why I thought he was being dragged by his ankles down the back straightaway in his orange jumpsuit. But
today's stunt team is brought to you by
the cleanup crew. Brought to you by Speedy Dry and Brooms.
Andrew Ranger taking advantage of this break. He's going to come down pit road, get some adjustments. He was at the tail end of the lead lap anyhow.
Yeah, looked like a adjustment to the left rear. And he will be down and away back to the speedway. Now, Adam, obviously he's going to have to still come back in for the break. So this is an adjustment to see, do they like what they're dealing with, right? And then he's going to have another shot here in about 20 laps, come back in, well, maybe 15, I should say, jump back in there, and then they'll take the fuel, they'll take the tires. So he is going to change the handling on the car again. Mm-hmm. But maybe you can get some notes to what he's going to need here in 15 laps, tell him air pressure adjustments or anything like that that may be required to help out their move today.
And again, there's really no penalty because he came into the pits running in the 10th spot. He leaves the pits running in the 10th spot.
By virtue of being last car on the lead lap, good spot to be in. Gives you some options.
Wow.
Now
the cleanup crew just picked something up off the backstretch at about 30 kilometers an hour.
That's why they got the seats down low on the backside. Just gonna take a look at the speedy dry they laid down last time.
Just closer inspection.
Yeah, that's good. We're good to go.
1 to go at the line, so Donald Teach will be released to rejoin the tail end of the field. Kevin Lacroix is going to lead us back to the Pinty's restart zone with 113 laps complete.
Double file restarts here. Lacroix has that pole spot. He's shown that car will roll pretty much anywhere he needs it to now. Now, is this a situation, Adam, possibly where LeBay let him just roll up? You want to be that fast? Go do it. Does LeBay have something here that he could use in the 36 car to make this one work?
I promise you what LeBay has is a plan. He knows that they're going to come into the pits in about 15 laps. He'll know what he wants to do with that race car, but right now Kevin Lacroix has the fastest car on the track.
Officials closely monitoring the restart there, and it looked good as Lacroix got the nose out front. As LeBay, two obviously aggressive drivers. You know, you got to keep your eye on that.
Oh, trouble. That's Ranger. That's one of our championship contenders. Oh, Coursol hard into the backstretch wall.
Teach got stopped. Zero got stopped. Looks like the 37 is involved in that one as well. Oh, Bergeron.
The pace car just pulled out in front of Kevin Lacroix. That could have taken out another one of our championship
he
contenders.
Got stopped just in time. And wow, look at that one on the inside. Just destroyed. Is that the Coursol machine?
That is the Coursol machine, the 54.
And officials are like, just keep it on the grass. Don't need to drag all that out on the back straight away. Ouch.
Window net is down on the 54. That is the universal signal that the driver is okay. Cautions breed cautions, Clinton, so another driver going to get the free, well, unless the free pass position driver was involved in that accident, but it looked like that might have begun with Andrew Ranger getting out of shape there in turn number 2. Let's have a look at this replay. Ranger was way up.
Yeah, Ranger lost it on the outside by the looks of it. Two great views of it.
And Andrew Ranger doesn't just lose it. I don't know if something broke on the 27 up there, but what a hard shot for Coursol on the 54. Let's have another look. Watch at the very top of the screen.
Jackson got through. Did Kennington get a piece of it too? Yeah, Kennington, was that the rear bumper flying off to Kennington 17?
That or it was a piece of the 27. If the truck can show us that particular replay again, watch the 84 of Larry Jackson and the 17 of DJ Kennington.
Jackson definitely got hit and drove away in our initial assessment of the situation.
So there's Kennington getting hit.
Yeah,
Kennington's rear bumper cover got peeled off. But that was the 27 of Andrew Ranger.
Let's give that one again, Truck, and let's keep looking at this one a few more times because there's so much to see in this one.
Remember, Ranger just came in for a big adjustment. He was way up on the outside, and that car just snapped around on him by himself. Everyone else was just trying to avoid.
So does Kennington be considered an involved car on that, Adam, when the rear end gets tore off like that?
No. On a typical Saturday night short track, yes, he's going to go to the back of the field. On racing, where yellow flag laps count, if he's involved in the accident, he gets to drop in wherever he falls back in line. He never fell out of line. So even though that piece flew off the back of his car, he's really not an involved car. Cars that are involved, we can call them out. The 27, the 54,
the 1,
the 37, the 0, and they get to fall in line wherever they pull away.
Now, the 0 got stopped. I don't think he hit anybody, but he was still stopped down on the inside there. Yeah, Ranger just got loose on the outside up in the third lane there. Caught a bit of the Kennington 17.
Larry Jackson did a great job just to patiently wait and wait and wait until things cleared out, and then he could drive on through. But what a good job by our camera crew to catch everything.
Not sure how much Larry got. I don't think Jackson got hit at all. He got stopped there.
He made contact at the very start, I believe.
Nose looks good on the 84 of Jackson anyways, and we'll see how that one plays out here. But ambulance on the scene. We believe everybody's okay over there. Obviously NASCAR procedure to bring them in and have everybody get checked over.
Somebody bring that gentleman a broom. That or it's...
Hey, I'm not going to say nothing about the cleanup crew here. They've been working hard today.
They do a great job as well. Let's take the opportunity. We'll take another quick break on the stream, and when we come back, we'll reset the field again and make our way towards the midway break of this race.
Four car.
Unofficially, the only lead lap car involved in that wreck was the 27 of Andrew Ranger.
So, yeah, they have a block out there. I mean, you see it's been knocked inward there, and the tow truck's just trying to strap it back into place here. They'll tow that back in where it needs to go, and shouldn't be too much of a cleanup here. Once again, look at the incident that brought us here under the red.
Yeah, and Jackson caught that at the very start, but then avoided everything else. Same with Glenn Steyer's. Good job, just get the car stopped.
A rare mistake from the veteran. You got to wonder what went wrong. Now, Adam, had he broken an axle or something, the car would have do that, right? Like, I'm not trying to make excuse for the 27, but that's almost exactly what would happen if you come out of 2 with a broken axle.
The only other thing I could think was with the chassis adjustment they made, could they have adjusted it so far that it bottomed out? So when you get to corner exit, it bottoms out, and then you've got no more suspension, and that's just a handful. But we can speculate all day long. Andrew Ranger likely knows what happened.
He's in pits on pit road right now.
Yeah, and they have been called out of the race. They have already handed in their transponder. They are done.
Okay, then.
Although now they're working on the front of that car, so they might want to get going once again. So I had heard the officials say he'd been declared out of this race.
I don't think you're able to get your transponder back and get back in the race, are you?
Don't know. That's some of the intricacies of the procedures I'm not entirely up to speed on, but we see Dave Corsall. There's a car that's not going to be getting back in this race.
Good shot of the nose there and all kinds of damage, and you're not wrong. Shroud, everything, rad, everything pushed back there. Even if you took the fiberglass off, all the mechanics are still smashed up.
Looks like that piece of wall has been put back in place. The safety crew is scattered, heading back to their home bases.
Yep, there you see it back in place. And we are just about ready to go. Towing crew going to move out the way. It should be a few more seconds before we go back to yellow here.
I'm trying to find Andrew Range. He's standing next to the pit box, helmet in hand. The fact that he still has his helmet with him makes me wonder, but now he's climbing up on top of the pit box as though he's going to get comfortable to watch his teammate try to go win a championship.
Yeah, Han's device and everything going up on the box there, so he looks like he's out, as he will take a seat up top. Officials will start working on the lineup here and get ready to go.
What a potent combination they built, though. Kevin Lacroix behind the wheel of one of their cars, Andrew Ranger behind the wheel of the other. Fantastic results this season.
So they pushed the Ranger car back out of the pit stall. Now they're going to push probably behind the wall, I would think, Adam, no?
I would think that's where they're headed, Clint. But we might have to wait and see. We are back under yellow flag conditions. Kevin Lacroix leads the way over Alex Labay, Marc-Antoine Cameron, Stephen Cote, and Will LaRue in the 45. Sixth on back, we've got Raphael Lassard, Alex Gannett, Matthew Kingsbury. Will LaRue, Matthew Kingsbury, then Alex Gannett, Jason Hathaway, and Donald Teege. Andrew Ranger was scored 11th. Of course, he is going to fall out of that spot. Unofficially, Frederick Ladissour is going to get the free pass.
Still 10 laps before the halfway break. Now Kennington brings the Castrol Dodge here onto pit road. They will go to work. Adjustments going on the right rear of this car. And looks like a new right rear, as that one was down. And they'll send Kennington back out without the rear bumper cover. Get a good look at the fuel tank and the back end of the Castrol machine.
Yeah, definitely get a closer look at how these race cars are put together on the inside when the body starts to get peeled away. Larry Jackson in the 84, Maxime Gauvreau in the 97. They're both coming down pit lane as well.
Looks like a left rear adjustment for Gauvreau and Jackson, both the same type of adjustments here going in these cars. Now Howie Scannell jumping in the right side window of the Jackson 84, so not sure what they could be doing there. Possibly a radio issue or something like that, and they'll send Jackson back on his way. Gauvreau back out as well. We're being told one to go with the line. Move the safety crew out the way.
So with the red flag, the 116 laps are complete.
Pace car getting set to pull off when we get to turn number 4. set for about 8-lap shootout here before the break. And then they'll get a shot to make some major adjustments, take on a bunch of new fuel, some fresh general tires, and complete the last 125 laps here of the NASCAR Canada season.
Once again, Kevin Lacroix leads the way into the Pinty's restart zone. You can see that cone on the inside of the racetrack.
Another solid start for Lacroix as he gets the position and will roll back to the inside of 1. Noses out in front of the 36 as Cameron thought about going to the bottom, couldn't make it work, and he'll file back into 3rd.
Keep in mind, Marc-Antoine Cameron has to think about the big picture right now. He's here to win a championship this afternoon.
Got a little bit extra pressure off now with Ranger falling out of that. You know, he could probably lose a couple more spots. Probably 15 isn't the number now. Maybe it's 18 or maybe it's already there. But a little bit less heat off of the Cameron 96 as they're 3 wide through 3 and 4.
Problem for Glenn Stiers in the 0. It's almost like the rear end just locked up in that race car.
He will stop on the outside of turn number 4.
Oh, trouble turn number 2. LP Dumoulin goes around.
2 cars in trouble at opposite ends of the speedway. Stiers in 4, Dumoulin in 2. Dumoulin will grab a gear and drive away. Stiers still sits dead in the water up on the outside of the berm.
I think Stiers is done. I don't think that car is going to go anywhere. I believe the window net is down, but I've thought that before just with the paint scheme of that race car. No, the window net is down.
Yeah, it is. So we will see how they work that 0 car off. If the rear end is locked up, that means it's going to need some service, more than just a regular push.
Yeah, I believe.
And the window net is down, so he's calling it a day, or at least calling it a session.
Another car back onto the lead lap, though. Looking down the list, that should put J.P. Bergeron back on the lead lap. As we look in turn number 2 after that accident started, Bergeron and LP Dumoulin were battling together in the second turn. Dumoulin got the worst of that exchange, winds up going around backwards, but if you're going to spin out, right when the yellow flag is coming out is really the best time.
Still no service vehicles up to the 0 as we wait here.
Now, just a couple of cars racing for the same bit of real estate. Hard to tell exactly what happened there, but there was definitely a bit of contact between Bergeron and Dumoulin.
Certainly nothing too egregious to worry about. These guys ramming into each other. Wasn't that situation. Could just be a little bit of that situation where you're stepping on the gas a little too hard to try and get around the guy.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm shocked we've not seen anybody in the 0 car by now.
LP Dumoulin getting the free pass. So even with that spin under yellow, because he was not the reason for the yellow, he still gets to take advantage of the free pass.
Cleanup crew now on the back end of the Stiers machine. And still trying to determine whether he needs a push or a tow or a lift. He's just going to take the right back to the garage area. Smart move, considering, you know, no sense going back to the pits. You just have it pushed back later.
Trouble is, all his friends are in the pits.
All the crew's down the infield. And Glenn will be back there by himself for a little while to think about his day.
Well, start the barbecue. Well, that does make for a quicker exit.
Sure does. 1:23. So we go back to green to just go yellow again, or do we pace this one into the break?
I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what the officials decide to do.
Yeah, not our call up here today, which is a great thing that we're not making these decisions. LP Dumoulin currently lined up right behind the pace car. He will be the free pass car when released. LeBay, rolling position number 2.
1 to go at the line, so we are not making this the midway break.
That will answer it for us.
That puts LP Dumoulin back on the lead lap, and fortunate for one more driver, whether it's J.P. Bergeron, Simone Dion-Vienne, DJ Kennington. It's a handful of cars who could get themselves back on the lead lap.
How about Will LaRue running in fourth today? Been slowly making his way up the ladder. Fourth position today. Got Gannett, Lassard behind him, fifth and sixth. Cote, Hathaway in the mix as well. But so far it's been all Lacroix and LeBay. Does Cameron have something for them here?
Kevin Lacroix again. They head into the Pinty's restart zone. It's marked with a couple of lines of red tape and pylons in the fences.
Another proper start for Lacroix. He gets the nose and will lead them into one with LeBay on the outside quarter.
Down the back straightaway, Kevin Lacroix with a couple of carlings over the 36 of Alex LeBay. A little bit of juking and jiving on the back straightaway. Frederick Ladiseur gets in the middle of a three-wide situation. Some contact with Simon Dion-VM, but they're able to carry on.
Lacroix, LeBay, and Cameron, the top three. Then Gannett, LaRue, and Cote battling with Lassard on the outside for that sixth position. The whole field right up to the outside wall there. Speed shot, give a good view of how they're using up this entire front width of the stretch here on the front straightaway.
And that is a wide front straightaway. I mean, the front stretch has to be 6 lanes wide, even though they only use the far outer edge of it. And here again, great shot as they come by our speed camera.
I think Kennington nearly rubbed the 17 right off the side of that one. As he's too wide with J.P. Bergeron, he'll try and clear him and will do it onto the back straightaway they go. Lacroix, LeBay, Cameron once again lead them off of turn number 4 to the stripe.
That's an important battle because we're going to have the midway break here. That puts DJ Kennington into the free pass position. Kennington in the 13th spot. Top 12 are on the lead lap.
Kennington looking awfully racy and pushy now as he gets right up on the back bumper here of the Teej 80, trying to take every position he can and get a bit of insurance to make sure he's not going to fall into that spot. '29, Cote trying to hold off Hathaway. He'll get to the inside in the Weiser number 3 and make that move.
That's the battle on the track to watch right now. Kennington trying to make sure he stays ahead of J.P. Bergeron in the number 1, so they're not battling Donald Teej for position. And this is the midway break. Yellow flag being displayed.
As we complete lap 132. Unofficially. Everybody will take a quick breather here, get ready to go before the cars get brought in. And the radios are buzzing right now, Adam, with strategy. What are we going to do? What do you want to do? What do you need?
Well, they're going to get a load of fuel, they're going to get general tires, and then they're going to get the adjustments that take them to the end of the 2024 season.
250 laps here in the XPN 250 from Autodrome Montmagny. In the beautiful hillside here of Quebec. What a great way to finish the season. It's been an awesome weekend here. They've had it, places just packed with campers, people all weekend long. They've had great action and racing on the track all weekend long. Great to see the turnout we've got here for the finale.
Huge turnout of people, and they've been treated to some great short track racing all weekend long. DJ Kennington, the free pass. He's going to go right around the pace car. That's the only time they do that is at the midway break. And now the pace car will lead these cars down pit road.
Lacroix, LeBay, Cameron, Gannett, all super slow here onto pit road.
Well, you always want to make sure that you've been called to pit road. If you make that mistake, you've given up
We've
all
seen that here in the past couple seasons, at least once.
So Lacroix noses into his pits. They'll all angle park into their pit stalls. Alex LeBay makes his way to his spot. Marc-Antoine Cameron will come all the way to the end of the line towards turn number 1.
Once they all get situated, NASCAR will blow the horn and let them know that they can commence work. Still a few of them to get in there and get parked. We see them rolling down pit road. Donald Teej and a few others still trying to find their way to their pit stalls.
Some of the drivers have been down pit road already. Some of them have not, so they take a little bit longer to search out where their crews are. LP Dumoulin heading up towards turn number 1. Brent Weller in the 98, Larry Jackson in the 84. They've been down pit road at least a couple of times here today.
And officials holding, now they tell them they can go. Work will commence. So they'll start with the fuel, most of them, and then get into whatever else they need to work on here today.
So Alex LeBay's crew, as they fuel up that race car, quickly went around to check air pressure. Even though they're going to change tires on that 36 machine, they wanted to know what the pressure wound up at.
A little bit of future note taking. Just like some guys will scale their car after they have a good run just to figure, hey, why were we so good tonight?
What happened there?
And let's make sure we can replicate it as we look at the Napa Lacroix team going at it here. The DJ Kennington Castrol team working on their Dodge.
The LeBay crew now going around to the right side of that 36 machine as we have a look at DJ Kennington. They're buttoning up the left side. Don't know why they do left side first and then right side on these brake races, because normal pit stop you always do right side followed by left side. So
maybe if they do it the normal way, they have to run around, just do it fast like they always do. This way they can take their time and not get in that mix. 1 minute and a half to go, we're told, on the break here for the teams as they get their final prep in.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be time for the second half of the XPN 250. Down on pit road. What a beautiful day this has turned into. A perfect day if you're a race car driver, nice and comfortable inside those. Well, it's easy for me to say it's comfortable inside those race cars. I'm not inside one of them.
Fall. Today's the last official day of summer, I think, and man, fall is ready to pounce on us. It's been chilly here.
How old are you?
Why?
It is September 22nd. In what universe is September 22nd
I thought
the
same
last day
thing.
of summer?
I got to tell you, on the news today, I heard them say it was last day of summer. Someone else said it to me today. So I may be wrong, but you need to go to your Google machine and find out.
I'm going to tell you why you're wrong, Clinton, because we are in the Quebeciest part of Quebec. And whatever news you heard today, you did not understand because it was not in English.
Look, they got other television stations at the hotel. I was watching Michigan news today, okay?
Calendar. No, that calendar doesn't tell.
You're really trying to find out.
Oh, the Google machine has the answer. Last day of summer.
2024.
Thank you. Thursday, June 20th, 24 to Sunday, September 22nd.
Wow. Does that mean I'm right?
No, you
The
can't.
Google machine just verified it.
Since when is September 22nd still
Since
summertime?
Google said so.
Wow. I'm leaving. Taking my ball and going home.
I'll take that. I'll take that as a you're right, Clinton, for the first time.
Clint, we've been working together for 25 years, and that might be the first time I've ever had to say that.
I thought you were going to say the first time I've ever been right. I'm like, come on, man.
No, it was the first time I've admitted it.
I had to admit I was wrong last broadcast we did.
It happens once in a while. So I'm wrong for sport. Like
I was talking bad things about you, didn't know you were sitting in the truck right beside us with the window down, so I had to apologize, but it's all good.
It is all good.
Let's get back to the business at hand. We got these cars lined up on the back straightaway. Stopped as we wait for the entire field to get their way out here. We are 133 of 250.
13 cars remain on the lead lap. They are Kevin Lacroix, Alex LeBay, Marc-Antoine Cameron, Alex Gannett, Will LaRue, Raphael Lassard, Jason Hathaway, Steve Cote, Matthew Kingsbury, Donald Teege, Frederick Ladouceur, LP Dumoulin, and DJ Kennington. 1 lap down. We're running out of 1 lap down cars. It's just JP Bergeron, Maxime Gauvreau, and Simon Dionvienne with Larry Jackson 2 laps down.
And those last few cars will make their way off pit road to the tail end of the field, and we should be able to roll off under yellow here in just a moment. Pace car has been set to roll, and we will get the field going here once again. I want to thank all the staff and management and everybody here at Autodrome Montmagny for a great weekend, Adam. It's always nice when we come into a new place and get treated so well, especially when we don't know where we're going or what we need to do. But they've been fantastic hosts this weekend, and we appreciate it.
No, you're absolutely right. It's been a lot of fun down here. The energy has been fantastic. The atmosphere.
You know, you talked about this place kind of being built up, a lot of money invested in it. You can see there's still things to be done, but you can just feel the potential of what this place is going to be one day. And not that it's not everything it needs to be right now, but you just know they're not going to sit back on their laurels and what they've done so far. And you can see lots of improvement. This place looks amazing.
It deserves a spot on the schedule, and I'm sure it will have a spot on the schedule again next year. They really knocked it out of the park with the way they promoted this weekend.
I don't want to speak up, but I believe it was a multi-year deal, and this is going to be happening for the next couple of years, so that's awesome.
Whether or not it's the season-ending event, I'd come back here to end the season.
Yeah, it's been great. You know, I just love the atmosphere. Full fields of campers. That's how you build it. The electricity happens. As soon as we got here, it felt like it happening. The other thing I want to commend them on, all the support class we've seen this weekend, there was no joke races. It was great fields of cars, everything we saw. Like, when you bought your ticket to Montmagny this weekend, you got your money's worth no matter what fan or series you're here to see. So kudos to them for that.
No, you're absolutely right. And it is time to go back to Green Flag Racing. Kevin Lacroix with a fresh set of General tires. They always shine prettier when they're new.
Until they get scuffed up a little bit.
It doesn't take long.
90 approximate laps to go here to finish the 2024 NASCAR Canada season.
I'll give you one more chance at that.
85.
150.
I didn't even try last time. I just threw something out there. Spence, everybody's got to help. We need help across the board here. Getting ready to go. Lacroix, though, he don't need no help out of him. He has been good all day long. But can Cameron get up and put the final exclamation point on what's been a great season? He's in the place he needs to be right now.
Does Cameron even want to close in on Kevin Lacroix? You know he wants to win the race, but that's kind of swimming into the shark's mouth. Alex LeBay trying to cross over. Cameron down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Cameron closes the door on the 36.
Coming back across the nose can be dangerous, but they make it off of 4 without incident. Lacroix stretches out front, as does Cameron. Makes some gap between himself and the front nose of the 36 LeBay, but behind them it is a hornet's nest.
Will LaRue battling with Alex Gannett. The 45 on the inside. Jason Hathaway in the 3 trying to get in there as well. Rafael Lassard in that 7. I'm a little surprised at how far he slipped backwards. He runs very well on this racetrack. He'll get in line behind the Hathaway number 3, but that car looks to be off by just a tick.
Wow, if you watch Hathaway, he is pouring this 3 into these turns on the bottom. Last 2 laps, made up some good gains and really rolled it up on the inside and corner entry. Once again, pulling right up on the back door, LaRue 45. That 3 car looks spicy right now.
Oh, they're stacking up on the back straightaway. Frederick Ladisseur goes around, catches a corner of J.P. Bergeron. Steve Cote was involved. You could see that was a slow developing spin on the backstretch.
That had potential to get real bad real quick, but everybody uses their head, gets through it without incident. And the only one we see with problem is the 51 of Ladisseur, who's got problems on both sides of that front end.
I believe they're going to be okay. I believe he'll peel the left front fender off of there. I think the front end will be okay. Steve Cote rolling a little slowly around 1 and 2. Let's have another look at this down the backstretch. Cote got checked up on Donald Teege. And just the accordion effect. How many times have you seen it?
Cleanup crew working on picking up the fender. So you said they'll get rid of the fender. Well, the one fell off going into turn number 1. And I think it was the left side there, as we see it missing from the 51 car.
Whatever happened to Steve Cote was serious enough that he's come in off the backstretch. I believe his day is done.
Yeah, behind pit wall for the 29 car. Via Viram, bare knuckle fighting championship machine. And it kind of got started with him.
I thought Donald Teege might have squeezed him up the racetrack, but I think something might have broke on that 29 before, causing that mishap on the back straightaway.
As you mentioned, we call them crashes. A lot of times they are just accidents. Cote with a problem, Ladisseur nowhere to go. And tough break for Cote, because the car looks perfect on the outside. We don't know what's going on underneath the shell, but externally looks all right. And they're going right there. They've taken a jack back midway, way out of their pit stall to the midpoint of the infield there.
They're going to have a look up underneath the wheel well,
Battery
see what's
issue,
going
maybe?
on.
You think could lose power down the back straightaway? That's usually where it is. If the car just died like that, and yeah, there's be your battery panel, Adam. So it looks like they have taken it off. So going to work on what we think is power problems here.
Disheartening day for a driver who's not in the point standings, only here to have a great run here this afternoon.
Put a lot of effort into getting that team up and running this season. Obviously for hoping for better things here today, but that's how it goes sometimes. The best part's just fun. Now watch, Adam, he's rolling along. Just looks like the car just shuts off right there, and Ladouceur just drives into the back end of him.
Yeah, and JP Bergeron was pushing Ladouceur, so chain reaction mishap there. And
so going down laps is the Cote 29, though. That's the big problem he's going to have here now, even if they can get this one back under power.
Ladouceur, however, still on the lead lap. They peeled off some of that body work and
still got some work to do. That right side fender is pointing in the wind.
the breeze will fix that. So they are calling the 51 of Ladouceur back to the pits to secure that fender that's coming apart. He's being supported by the DJ Kennington 17 crew. So if anyone knows how to button that car back up, it'll be that crew. And we'll have a look as he comes down. They've got the bare bond out. They're ready to go to work.
Can I try my math again?
Yeah.
105 to go.
You nailed it.
Kennington crew in here, as you mentioned, to service the Ladouceur machine. Even got a Ranger crew member in there too, as they try and bare bond. Well, you do tape the rad back in place.
Well, you've got to hold all the ducts up. Man, members
Now
from
decide, just get rid of the hood. Officials say take the hood off, or tape it down, one or the other, or just send them. Send it. Ladouceur back to the speedway.
Yeah, as long as the hood pins are in, where's the hood going to go?
It's just flapping pretty good, so we'll see how that one holds up.
They may or may not call him back into the pits. Ladouceur takes off down the backstretch. Let's see if he makes the hard left turn into the pits or if he stays on the racetrack.
Well, he's going to stay out.
You've got 4 hood pins across the front of the hood. As long as those 4 pins are in, the hood's not going to flip forward the other way unless you spin out at 100 miles an hour and you slide backwards.
I almost want to take a bet on that. See if that 4 hood pins could keep it in place. Well, we don't know if it's got all 4.
I'll bet you an airport parfait that hood's going to stay where it is.
All right, I could go for that. And if I win, you buy my teen burger.
I'll buy you.
They're about the same cost.
They are.
All right. We got witnesses.
JP Bergeron back on the lead lap, and that number 1. 148 laps will be complete when we set the field loose, so we're almost down to the final 100 laps of 2024.
Okay, the bet's off. They're putting more tape on it. I don't like that bet no more.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that bet was only good if there was no tape.
They tape both corners down. Everybody heard that. No bet. Getting ready to go again. Okay, green flag is high in the air. Mike Charest is ready to throw it. Lacroix brings him back to the run here. And Cameron on the outside. The 2 drivers who've been the dominant 2 throughout the season. Get us restarted here.
Down into turn number 3, Kevin Lacroix leads the way by 3 car lengths over a side-by-side battle between Alex LeBay in the 36 and the 96 of Marc-Antoine Cameron.
LeBay pinched right down on the inside. Cameron not giving too much room. They make it onto the back straightaway. And I'm telling you, watch that 3 of Hathaway. His car's rolling really good on the inside. Now he'll make that pass on LeBay, who had to back out of it, coming through 3 and 4.
3 wide further back, Donald Teach to the inside of Alex Gannett and Rafael Lazard. Contact into turn number 1.
And everybody gets out of that. There's 3 wide down the back straightaway. Teach, along with Gannett and Lazard, they make it out of it. Onto the front chute comes the leader once again, Lacroix, and he's got an 8-car length lead already.
That was the most veteran thing I've watched. Donald Teach was clearly upset at something that went on. Cleared himself a whole lane down there by sliding up 2 cars in front of him.
Mix is getting tight there. Gannett through the middle with Lazard, Kingsbury, and the rest of the crew trying to find their order here. 2 wide, down the back chute they go. Kennington still quick after multiple pit stops and multiple body parts tore off the machine.
They know what to do out there as Rafael Lazard all sorts of loose with a little bit of support from DJ Kennington in the 17. He continues to battle to the inside of Matthew Kingsbury in that number 9.
Yeah, he's got a good apex run here in that 17 on the Lazard 7, but had to back out of it that time. Kingsbury pinned up on the outside with Gannett just in front of them as they bring it off of 4.
Kevin Lacroix out in front, extending that advantage over Cameron in the 96. He's about a 1/10.5 of a second faster than Cameron running in the 2nd spot.
Hathaway in the 3rd position, about half a car length behind the Cameron machine, a fair way back to the 36 and the 80 here. We see them in our pictures. That's 4th and 5th.
Kennington looking to the inside of Rafael Lazard once again as they exit turn number 4. Donald Teach all over the back end of Alex LeBay. That's for the 4th spot.
Not really close enough to put the heat on the back bumper. Now he draws in an apex of 3 and 4. Gets right up on the rear cover there of the 36. But LeBay stronger down the straightaways, but better corner speed for the 80.
Will LaRue right behind, looking to be Johnny on the spot. If something should happen, he'll pick up those positions. But right now, Donald Teach all but pushing Alex LeBay around the ends of this racetrack.
Teach definitely better on corner exit here. At least from about there to there, he's better. And then LeBay's horsepower kind of kicks in and able to gap it a little bit. But certainly the gaps get smaller each time off the back straightaway.
Teach trying to get to the inside of Alex LeBay. LeBay has enough speed on corner exit that Donald Teach not really able to make that move unless Teach were to get into the back bumper and kind of lighten up LeBay, but we'll see. It's a little bit early in the race still for that.
Teach got all kinds of nose trouble here on the 80 car. You can't really see it with the naked eye, but when our cameras pick it up, he's got all kinds of body damage here hanging off the nose here of the 80 car. That could be an issue here with too much more contact.
Little further back, Alex Gannett leads a train of cars that includes Matthew Kingsbury, Rafael Lazard, DJ Kennington, Maxim Govro.
Now Teach up on the inside of LeBay. LeBay will open up the door a little bit in the 80 car. Gets all the way in there. Can he run it? No, LeBay draws even on the back straight. Now debris down the back chute off the nose of the 80 car, right in the middle of the backstretch in front of the scoreboard. Not sure whether it's fiberglass or metal, but it is a big piece right in the middle of the groove there.
Well, Larry Jackson just ran through it, so we might get an idea if it's metal or fiberglass.
They're working their way past it, hoping it blows off down to the inside. Lacroix gapping even further out front. 96 of Cameron and Hathaway have stretched it out a little bit on their battle. The best one is that LaRue 45.
On the inside of LeBay, they'll run side by side down the front straightaway, give LaRue that spot just by a nose over Alex LeBay.
Oh, that was contact there with Gannett and Kingsbury. Kingsbury had Gannett sideways going into turn number 1.
Down into 3, they're side by side, door to door, right behind them. They're 2 wide as well. DJ Kennington in the 17 on the inside of Rafael Lazard in the 7.
Kennington points that 17 machine down low. He should be able to make the pass on Lazard. and catch up to the back end here, the Gannett 39.
Will LaRue looking to the outside of Donald Teach. That'd be a power move down into turn number 1. LaRue drives that 45 deep down into the corner. Teach able to rotate the bottom well, but LaRue with a ton of speed on the high side.
For sure, that 45 looks fantastic up on the top side. Smooth and straight as he wheels past the Teach 80 and should clear another lap or so unless Teach taps on that left rear corner, and Teach looks strong again on exit.
Out in front, the 74 of Kevin Lacroix closing in on Larry Jackson in the 84 after Jackson. It's about half a track before he'll get to the tail end of the field.
Lacroix points it out on the outside of the Jackson 84, gets clear of them. Cameron still runs second. Hathaway back about 6 car lengths in third, then a long way back to Will LaRue's 45.
DJ Kennington to the inside of Rafael Lessard off of turn number 4. Can't quite get the power down to make that work. He'll look to the inside again in 1 and 2.
Kennington got the nose on the inside. Points it out. Lessard will leave the inside open for the 17 car if he chooses to go there, and he does. Can't make it work though. Fades back in behind the 7 once more.
He's still got that nose to the inside and the shorter way around, but Rafael Lessard very smooth up high, able to get the power down and keep that momentum at the high side, but Kennington every lap getting a little bit closer to making that move stick.
Lessard happy up on the top side. Could have come down many times and taken the inside lane away, but seems to feel that the 7 is better on the outer groove. Kennington will drop back in behind.
Behind them, LP Dumoulin to the inside of Maxime Gauvreau in the 97 machine. Out in front, Kevin Lacroix continues to extend his lead. He is well over 1/10 of a second faster than Marc-Antoine Cameron, running in the 2nd spot.
Gap widening, as you mentioned, Adam, a long way out front is that Napa machine. Still the battle going on between Lessard and Kennington. Kennington right there still continuing to be a problem. And now Lessard gets out front by about a length.
Kennington just can't figure out a line where he can get alongside the 7 of Lessard and still keep the throttle down. He's got Maxime Gauvreau right behind him, keeping the pressure on. Gauvreau was 1 lap down to the race leaders.
Gauvreau looking on the inside of the 17 car. LP Dumoulin in that battle as well, as we see the WeatherTech Dodge coming in the picture just behind it on the inside of the Gauvreau 97. Nosing down on the very bottom is that 47.
Kennington shadows the 7 of Rafael Lessard going up the racetrack. When Lessard goes up, on a few occasions he's tried to carve down the racetrack, kind of diamond off the exit of the corner, just hasn't been able to get back to the throttle. But behind him, LP Dumoulin and Maxime Gauvreau are taking turns putting on the pressure.
Action still stretching out here, 73 to go at Autodrome Montmagny for the NASCAR Canada Series finale.
How about Matthew Kingsbury knocking on the door of a top 5 run here, right behind the 80 of Donald Teach as they work down into 1 and 2. Teach car looks a little bit unstable. Kingsbury going to drive to the inside of the exit of turn 2.
We have seen some decent runs from Kingsbury as he gets his feet wet here in the series. Working here on the inside of one of the best oval veterans we've got, Donald Teach. And Kingsbury is there.
Right around the white line on the bottom of the racetrack goes Kingsbury, and they race just ahead of Alex LeBay. It's something about the tires Alex LeBay put on, or maybe he made contact that we didn't notice, but that car is not performing the way it did in the first half of this one.
No, he was definitely the car to beat in the early going. Then got into an issue and has had some handling trouble here in the second half. Finds himself fading out of the top 5.
Kingsbury right alongside the 80 of Donald Teach as the exit of turn number 4. He'll try to finish that move on the front stretch, but Donald Teach still out front at the stripe.
Kingsbury draws along even now. First time gets the nose out front. And comes up across the nose of Teach, which would be a dangerous proposition, but he lives to tell about it.
Donald Teach back to the tail end of the 9 of Kingsbury, just giving him a tickle from the back end there as they go down the front straightaway into turn number 1. See if he's going to give him some help through 1 and 2.
Not quite there, as the 9 of Kingsbury will stretch it out. 1 car length lead.
DJ Kennington still trying to complete that pass of Raphael Lessard. They have had a whale of a battle here over the last number of laps. This time at the stripe, still Lessard by a foot or 2. Amazing the run they get off the outside of turn number 4.
LP Dumoulin with a pretty good recovery so far. You know, he sits in position 11 on it, but it wasn't too long ago. He was one of the last cars on the lead lap in the early part of this race. So his crew have done some great work to get him back at least inside or close to the top 10.
No, and he's well known as being a great finisher. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Lessard up high. Kennington in the middle. Dumoulin down low. Now Dumoulin going to drive to the inside of Kennington through 3 and 4.
Man, he almost got to finish those 2 off as they come out of 2. The veteran lifted when he needed to prevent that. And you're right. Look at them carving right down over that white line in the entry into 1. I thought you were full of it when you said it earlier, but they're down inside that going into 1.
Yeah, the exit of 4, the entry to 1. In fact, LP Dumoulin was all 4 under the white line there in turn number 4, trying to make that inside work. DJ Kennington has ventured up to the high groove in that 17, following in the tire tracks of Raphael Lessard.
Cote on pit road after getting the 29 car powered back up. He will nose it into the pit box. The crew will have to go to work on the Evirum bare knuckle fighting championship machine.
Wow, Frederick Ladouceur was just in a 4-wheel drift off the exit of turn number 4 there. So we have a look at Jason Hathaway and Will LaRue doing battle for the 3rd spot.
Both cars have come on strong in the second half here. The 3 and the 45 have been running very well.
Kevin Lacroix working into some heavier lap traffic as we continue to watch the battle between DJ Kennington in the 17 and the 47 of LP Dumoulin. Raphael Lessard also there, and Maxime Gauvreau.
Working down here on lap 191. Getting closer to the end of this one.
57 laps remain as Kevin Lacroix puts JP Bergeron a lap down.
192 on the board. Just over 50 and a bit here to finish this one and the 2024 season. How about the 45 of Will LaRue, Adam? Pulling up alongside now, the 96 of Cameron, and working into one of those fantastic spots. This is going to put LaRue in a battle for second. And if he can clear the 96, he will have that spot, and he does. Will LaRue to position number 2.
Only half a straightaway behind our race leader, Kevin Lacroix. What a moment this would be for Will LaRue. Even a second-place finish among this competition would be phenomenal for LaRue, but if he could close in and battle with Kevin Lacroix for the top spot, that'd be something special, as DJ Kennington still trying to clear the 7 of Raphael Lessard.
You know, we've had a lot of drivers just riding out here right now, but Hathaway and LaRue are the 2 that are going forward. Could a yellow come out here and give LaRue a shot at Lacroix? That would be a heck of a finish here.
It's the funny thing about our races, Clinton. I've been calling our races since 2007. Inevitably, at every oval race, there are stretches where you think, okay, well, that got really predictable. We knew what was going to happen. But then by the end of the race, something happens that brings the field together. It is not over till it's over. Kevin Lacroix has had his way for a number of laps, but right now, Will LaRue is running basically identical lap times to the race leader.
Yeah, he's got a 3.3 second disadvantage right now. And we'll follow that and see if he can chip away at that. But I don't think Will LaRue would have been on our scorecard to start the day to say who's going to have a great day to come back in the second half and start knocking these positions down and rolling up through the field, Will LaRue would not have been on my card for that.
No, Jason Hathaway with a problem in that Weiser number 3. Hathaway was up in the top 5. He is now losing positions here.
Yeah, looked slow, but didn't pull in the pits there, Adam. But he was another hard charger through the second half who was on the move, but the car definitely looked slow down the front straightaway into 1. And he's wide. Oh, he's got a problem.
That's oil. Fluid on the racetrack. There's got to be. I can't believe nobody else has spun out there.
So Lacroix still leading under yellow. This is going to bring LaRue, but Hathaway was in that mix, Adam, and
I thought
he got
was
the yellow
blowing
when
up.
he needed it.
I thought he was blowing up and then got down into his own fluid, but
some veteran poker there, if you ask me, buddy.
it's possible. It's possible.
We'll see what they go to work here on the Hathaway number 3.
We'll have a look at this replay as we were following Hathaway down the front straightaway.
They're telling him, don't nose it in. We're sending you back out. So we'll see what happens here.
I'm trying to envision crew members of the 3 car. Which one is limber enough to have crawled in the passenger side to start working in there?
So possibly something electrical? What would they be going to work on inside the car other than the spark box? And that's right where they got their attention on it.
That is right.
But it did drive in on its own. So can a spark box act like a down cylinder or a spark plug wire off? I thought that's pretty much on or off. You got coil, you got no coil.
No, you're exactly right. Now we're going to get a look inside the driver's side. And that's exactly where they're working up by the gauges.
Yeah, that's the ignition box right there. That's all the electronics. You're looking at the MSD box and everything, and they're pulling the wires there to try and figure out how to keep this 3 car alive. We crossed lap 200.
Do you take it back now? Do you take it back, your poker call?
I don't know. No, I don't.
He still brought out his own yellow for sure. Back on the racetrack he goes, and Hathaway.
Hey, it's within the rules. You can do it.
2 laps down.
That's what the veterans know what they're doing out there.
Yep.
They show it, you know.
What a great afternoon.
Do you still think there's oil out there?
Nope. No, that was my bad because I'm watching the cars behind thinking they're all going to spin out if there's fluid down. But
Well, they've got the safety crew up there to check it out, see if there is anything up on that outside groove.
I told you, Clint, I'm wrong a lot more than most people.
Where's that going to bring Hathaway back out?
15th spot.
Yeah, that's rough when you had so many cars still on the lead lap. That's a tough deal when you go in 3rd and lose 12 positions. Now we wait to see if he's got it back to full song when we get going. 2:02 on the board. It'll be 2:03 and we cross under caution here. 47 to go.
If you're Will LaRue, what is your heart rate right now?
Well, I think your heart rate is right where you want it to be. When your car's running that well and you're moving towards the front and you think, man, if I could just get a yellow, I could have a shot at the leader. And now you've got it. All your wishes have come true so far today.
All you can ask for is an opportunity, right?
Yeah, and you've got that now.
It's a Saturday night special. There'll be about 45 laps to go when we take this green flag. Kevin Lacroix has done a great job all day long. But Kevin Lacroix also can look in his rearview mirror, see that 96, and realize his championship hopes may be dwindling as this race goes on. Does that light a fire under him to want to win race number 6 on the season?
I think it does, but you know, Lacroix's got to know the math is not in his favor coming into today, especially where they are now. And did he even have a mathematical chance coming in, Adam? It would be like extreme if it was. Like he'd have to do what he's doing up front, and Cameron would have to like not unload or something, wouldn't it be?
For Kevin Lacroix?
Yeah.
No, he was the one that if he won and Cameron finished 16th, he was the one that stood the chance.
Because Ranger still had a shot too.
Ranger was 2 points behind Lacroix.
Yeah.
So Lacroix had the best chance.
It's
of
not
the
over
slim
though.
Chance.
It is not over.
No, Marc-Antoine Cameron has to get to the end of this one.
It's almost over though. You've got 16, 17-ish cars still running. So if Cameron had a problem right like now, there's still a shot for Lacroix. 1 or 2 more cars fall out, it's a done deal.
Kevin Lacroix has done what he needed to do. He led a lap. He's on his way to leading the most laps. A piece of debris is just taken up. Taking up its spot on the back straightaway, but the cleanup crew is busy down in turn number 1.
It bought its ticket there today. It's not moving
That's
from
right.
its seat.
Can't make me.
So this is where I paid to be today. While we have a bit of a break here, I was just going to say we should send a shout out to our entire crew that helps bring these streams and the entire production, television, kind of all together on one crew. Fuel Media does a great job. Oh, hey.
Wow, that was bold.
That was bad.
I see the French-Canadian crew is very well fed this afternoon. Yes.
But no. They had a NASCAR can. It just brought a parfait. 2 of them. Adam's favorite dessert, and walked right past him and gave him to the people beside us. And looked at him and said, "Nah, I'm not supposed to steal him your beat."
Little as you know.
I bet Alex.
Now, Alan, little did you know, we were actually offered to come in and eat earlier on. They said we have too much food, so if you, but we greatly appreciate. Come on in and talk to us for a minute, Alan. No?
Just talk to us out. Alan LaBrosse, General Manager, NASCAR Canada. Welcome, Alan. Your first go at it here.
Yes.
Your impression of the season?
Well, actually, it's a grueling season. You know, like we all know, we had a very tough schedule and so on and so forth. But we're all very, very pleased with the turnout here. 23 cars here, first time at Montmagny. The place is like jam-packed. A very successful ending to a challenging season, but exciting season.
Great car counts. It's been awesome, Adam.
You wore the promoter's hat for so long at Autodrome Saint-Eustache. How good does this feel to see other promoters here in Quebec really knock it out of the park with a great race weekend?
Well, it's very nice to see, and the owners here, Larry, Kenny, and Melanie, have worked extremely hard. I saw it when they bought this place 15 years ago. I spent a lot of time with them, and this place was a mess when they bought it, and they've turned it into gold right now. So very happy to see them have this event and to have NASCAR Canada here at a successful ending.
Right on, Al. We appreciate your time. We're getting ready to go green.
Okay.
Thanks for you joining us here.
Thank you.
Heading back to the Pinty's restart zone, Kevin Lacroix's got a new row mate here on the front row. It's Will LaRue on the high side. Great start by the leaders. Will LaRue right up alongside the 74 of Lacroix.
Now, let's not forget, LaRue's been strong on the outside. He knows this place well. Can he make a run at the Napa 74? And he's going to take a shot to the outside.
Didn't even try to get in line behind the 74. He wanted to head up to the outside and see what he can do up there. Now he'll get in line down in front of Marc-Antoine Cameron. He slides up the racetrack just a little bit. Kevin Lacroix out in front by 8 car lengths over LaRue.
Yeah, not so sure how much that 45 likes the bottom. It's made all its progress on the outside today, but it'll maintain position 2 out of turn number 4. 210 on the counter here.
Donald Teague to the inside of Cameron, so this is exactly what Marc-Antoine Cameron had to avoid here this afternoon. Alex Gannett to the inside of the 96.
Yeah, and he's backing up on the outside into that firestorm of competitors behind him where anything can happen. He was clean and free up on his own. Oh, boy, they nearly got in the back at him there in a 1.
And he just got into the back of Matthew Kingsbury a little bit. Alex LeBay had to lock up the brakes there behind the 96 of Cameron. Now he's up into the back end. So Marc-Antoine Cameron going in the wrong direction right now.
Slipping backwards. Still has the championship in his sights with 39 to go. But is Lacroix been the class of the day so far? The Napa 74 machine rolling off a 4 once again. Young Will LaRue. Oh, Hathaway gets over the nose of a lot of sewer, and they go up off the berm.
Did he ever? Contact was made, just about had liftoff in turn number 3.
And we stay under green. Looking at Teague and Gannett and Kingsbury as they roll around here. Ladiseur up on the back end. Hathaway once again.
Always keep one eye on the situation that just went down to see if there's any hard feelings as the right side of Hathaway's car is completely redecorated.
Oh, yeah.
Ladouceur heads to the outside.
Someone didn't try and unlock that door. They kicked that washer lock right in on the right side of the Hathaway machine as it is all punched in.
Will LaRue is turning faster laps right now than the race leader by about a half a tenth a second, but that equates to about a car length a lap.
LaRue looking smoother off of 4 as Lacroix was sliding up out of the groove a little bit. The 45 on rails now, looking down to the bottom.
Once that car got about 5 laps after the restart, it really settled in for Will LaRue in that 45. 33 laps to go.
I just hope he can get a piece of this lead to see this hometown crowd go wild here for Will LaRue if he can get one done.
Think it would be a popular move for sure as he's trying to close in on Kevin Lacroix. They've been turning nearly identical lap times. I mean, we're well within a tenth of a second each lap.
Now LaRue's thinking, where's that traffic I wanted so bad to avoid to slow down this fast Lacroix 74, but he is not going away.
Down the back straightaway into turn number 3, following in the tire tracks of Kevin Lacroix. They come off of 4, and Will LaRue, you can see the track knowledge. He goes a little bit higher at the exit of 4 to avoid the nastier part of those bumps. But Will LaRue is right there in this battle.
Best thing he can do is follow this veteran Lacroix and learn as much as he can about how these cars will start to fade away in the end of this one. Lacroix straight off of 4, but I still think LaRue's car looks better on exit, coming back to the straightaway, and he pours that speed into turn number 1.
LaRue enters the corner just a hair higher than Kevin Lacroix in 1 and 2, then cuts down lower, down in 3 and 4. He's heading up to the outside.
Tries to keep the power down. The margin stays about the same each time. Into 1, he'll close up a little bit more. We're about half a car length between LaRue and Lacroix.
The last race of the season has traditionally brought us new winners year after year, especially back when we used to end the year at Kawartha Speedway. What a story it would be if Will LaRue could find his way to victory lane. He is right up on the back bumper of the 74 of Lacroix.
That was the best time through 1 and 2 he's been in the last 10 laps in the 45 car to the outside. Big supporters here in Quebec of the stock car scene, and it would be a major win for the LaRues to pick one up here today.
Off of turn number 2, he just looks so good in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, it's hard to tell because he chooses a different line. He is opting to go up to the high side in 3 and 4, which we haven't seen a whole lot of people do today.
All our eyes are on this battle, but back behind them, you got Donald Teague running in position number 3. 4th is Kingsbury, and Gannett is in 5th spot. Behind them, you've got Cameron, LeBay, and Lassard.
And LP Dumoulin, the little engine that could here this afternoon. There is no quit in that 47 machine. Kevin Lacroix has opened up a little bit of a gap, but as they go down into 1 and 2 and approach Frederic Ladouceur, that's going to allow Will LaRue to close in once again. About 2 car lengths between first and second.
Ladouceur really slow on the back straightaway. They get around that 51 car. Come back here with 24 to go.
Will LaRue has not put a bumper to the race leader, Kevin Lacroix. He's gotten close to him. Anytime he's gotten close enough, he's actually driven to the outside. So it's been a clean encounter so far.
Yeah, the 2 cleanest cars in the field right now, I would say, would be the Lacroix 74 and the LaRue 45.
Of all the days to finish second, this is the worst race of the year. The last race of the year is the worst day of the year to finish second or third because there is no fanfare. You're either the winner, or you're the champion, or you weren't really there.
Yeah. Well, they will know that LaRue was here today, regardless of how this one shakes out here in the final 20 or so. But he is not fading at all. He shows moments where he drops back to a full car length, maybe a half, but then accordions it back into about a half length, and he is in the battle.
Right there, closing in on the 74 of Lacroix. Just a car length off of the back bumper as they drive down into 1 and 2. Kevin Lacroix looks like he might be struggling to keep that car on the bottom of the racetrack.
Well, what I'm seeing is LaRue's got enough room. If he needs to pour it in and take a kick at that 74, he's going to be able to do it. He is definitely close enough to upset the handling of the 74 should he need to. Now he goes right to the outside into 1 when he was rolling the bottom, searching around for something.
Well, and you've got to commend him. He's trying to do it the clean way.
Not sure what went on in the next room, but we all had to look around like, what was that?
The shots are being poured. I can almost imagine it.
Every official's ears just procked right up. What is going on? Leader still into 3. That's the one we watch. Kevin Lacroix, the class of the day so far today. By far led the most laps, but Will LaRue stalking him.
LaRue right there within that car length. Oh, Kevin Lacroix got a little bit loose there on the exit of turn number 2. Didn't seem to slow him down at all, but that car is a little bit skatey on our race leader.
Now, Larry Jackson is not on the bottom. He's in the bottom lane, but not right on the bottom. In 1 he did, but 3 and 4 he was up a half lane. Let's see how they face this 84 car.
He'll get right out of the way. Multiple laps down, Larry Jackson. That's the gentleman you want to approach if you're approaching slower traffic, as Will LaRue again looks to the outside.
Well, he had a nose out there on corner exit. I think the 45's just waiting. I think he's waiting for his shot here. I think he's maybe got a good, every bit of the car that Lacroix's got at this point in the race.
You know one thing about Kevin Lacroix, if you hit him, he's going to hit you twice.
So just do it on the last lap when
You've either got to run him clean, or you've got to wait until the last lap, last opportunity.
Well, LaRue has watched Lacroix turn enough laps. I'm sure he knows the same situation under the helmet of the Napa driver. 15 to go for the 45 and the 74. And, of course, the 96 trying to become the champion.
Cameron doing what he needs to do out there, running in the 6th spot, just outside of the top 5 as Will LaRue closes ever closer to the back of the 74. He'll look to the outside in 3 and 4.
He gets the nose up on exit. Lacroix is able to pull away, but LaRue closer than he has been. I'm thinking if he just marries himself to that outside lane for a lap or two, it might pay off for him.
I'm waiting for him to go in on the outside and just carve the car to the bottom and drive by.
Still working here gingerly through 3 and 4. LaRue smooth and steady, and Lacroix scuffing off a bit of speed as he exits off of 4. That 45 is straight and true.
Remember how many drivers have tried to win races this year? Only 3 drivers have been to victory lane. Kevin Lacroix, Marc-Antoine Cameron, and Andrew Ranger. What a story it would be if Will LaRue was able to take that 45 to victory lane. Kevin Lacroix closes the door on the exit of turn 4.
On to backstretch they go. LaRue closer than he's been. He's a quarter length now. He was a half length. Now he's got the nose on the outside. Coming for 10 to go. Can Will LaRue upset the apple cart of Lacroix? He almost got to the outside that time.
Closer and closer every time through 3 and 4. In 1 and 2, he shadows the race leader right up on the back bumper. In 3 and 4, he continues to drive to the outside.
I don't think there's any doubt that the LaRue 45 is performing better than the 74 right now. Oh, got loose. Here goes LaRue to the inside. He rubs him up. They get together. Off of 2 they come. Lacroix with the run down the back straightaway.
Will LaRue let him gather it up there. He got in a little bit hot, couldn't keep the car down. You could see the General Tire logo has been rubbed off the left rear of Kevin Lacroix.
Now, what happens? Was that the one shot that LaRue had?
No.
Was that the bullet?
That's permission. Lacroix just about ran him into the wall. He crossed him over there in 3 and 4, or between turn 4 and turn number 1. That sort of set the tone for how the rest of this battle will go with 7 laps remaining.
Yeah, but Lacroix's got a good lead now. LaRue's really going to have to pour it in and make up the ground. I think he damaged that car just a little bit maybe because he is not showing the prowess he was 3 laps ago.
Well, he's in the tire tracks of Kevin Lacroix down in 3 and 4, trying to close in as laps wind down. 6 laps to go, 2 car lengths between the top 2.
Now he's pouring it in again, down the back chute. Still a big margin for LaRue. He had it there for a few laps, but we'll see what he can do. Coming for 5 to go from starter Mike Charette.
Kevin Lacroix driving that car as hard as he can, this time at the stripe. Will LaRue was a little bit faster. He's changed his lineup in 1 and 2. Car length and a half between the top 2.
They will approach Simon Dionviens and the Bergeron 1 machine as well before this one is out. Will they play a role in the finish of this one? They're going to have to move around them.
Down into 1 and 2. Almost identical lap times that time as the laps continue to wind down. They are going to approach the 1 of J.P. Bergeron. Down in 3 and 4, Will LaRue shadows the 74 of Kevin Lacroix.
3 to go. For the Lacroix 74, LaRue has shown some moments of brilliance here today, but maybe took the shot 10 too early.
He had his shot. He had to take it. Closes in turn number 4. Kevin Lacroix points the car down the front straightaway. At the stripe, Will LaRue was a half a tenth quicker that time. 1 to go this time at the stripe.
Down the back chute they come. Will LaRue, Kevin Lacroix, second and first. Lacroix off 4, bringing it to the white flag. Adam, what a season it's been for Kevin Lacroix. He won't be the champ, but he is looking like he may have a shot at the win.
Closes in on J.P. Bergeron. Here comes Will LaRue, nearly making contact on the backstretch. Where's LaRue going to go down in 3 and 4? He heads to the outside.
Off of 4, here they come down to the checkers. Who's it going to be, Adam?
At the line, Kevin Lacroix. Holy moly, what a race.
What a class move by LaRue. He had every opportunity to take him in, rub him up, push him up in 3, took it to the outside to try and pass him clean. That's going to make some credit for this young up-and-coming star, but Lacroix gets it done today.
He did it right, that is for sure. A great battle, a great show by Kevin Lacroix. As we look a little bit deeper in the pack, Donald Teach came home in the 3rd spot. Matthew Kingsbury 4th.
Looking at the finish here, Bergeron almost came into play there, and I thought LaRue would have poured it in the back bumper right here. That was your shot. Needed the bump and run, but either way, classy move by LaRue to go to the outside. And had he done it on the outside, that would have been an even bigger win for the 45. But great showing by the youngster here.
Kevin Lacroix going to burn it down on the front straightaway. 6 wins on the season. If it wasn't for Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, a broken transmission in race number 1 while he was leading, GP3R failure there as well, you could very well be looking at our season champion.
Want to send a congratulations out to the champ, Marc-Antoine Cameron. Had another fantastic year at him. He will wait in turn 4 for his shot at victory lane here and his congratulatory ceremony. Getting a look at the Lacroix crew down here as they high-five each other. Happy with their performance today. They've got nothing to shake their heads about. They were by far the car to beat today.
They did a great job. When they won so many races, it was just the failure to finish, and a couple of them that cost him his shot at a title. But Kevin Lacroix going to come down and celebrate in victory lane, Evrim victory lane. And it'll be smiles all around. I'm curious at what his interview will be like. What are the comments going to be like from Kevin Lacroix? Because he has to know he was run extremely clean.
Send the 74. Bobby, send the 74. Hold the 96.
They will send Kevin Lacroix around to victory lane. The hold Cameron in the backside. Here comes the winner for today, Kevin Lacroix. The car picture perfect, except for maybe a little rub on the back end there where LaRue got him with 10 to go. But classy bit of driving by Will LaRue today.
He turned a lot of heads. People noticed that Will LaRue was in the house. He's climbing out of that race car now on the front straightaway. What a show it was. And here is Kevin Lacroix pulling into Evrim victory lane to celebrate his victory in the XPN 250.
As you mentioned, Adam, had it not been for a few part failures, we could be looking at the champ here today.
He's done this so many times this year. The last 2 races of the year, he came in and did exactly what he needed to do. He wants the hat that he wants to put on as he climbs out of the car. He'll get it adjusted the way he wants to. And Todd Lewis is going to be down there in victory lane to greet our winner.
become a very familiar sight in 2024. Kevin Lacroix is going to climb out of his number 74 victorious for the 6th time this season in the NASCAR Canada Series. Kevin Lacroix celebrates victory. 10th podium finish of the year. Sets a new record for most laps led in a season. Kevin, it only seems fitting that you finished with 3 wins in a row.
Oh, it's a team effort. I think the team is so good this year. Unfortunately, we had some bad lucks, but it was almost a perfect year. Just 2 mechanical issues away from it. But I'm happy, but at the same time, I'm sad losing a championship that way. But being so dominant all year long. But it was a good day. It's good to end the season this way.
Congratulations to Kevin Lacroix, your winner at the Autodrome Montmagny.
You see the emotion of Kevin Lacroix. You pour yourself into these cars. The things that he could control this season, Clinton, he did almost to perfection.
Yeah, parts failure is just something, it's that frustrating bit of auto racing, no matter how many times you look at a part, it may look perfect till you put it in and until it lets you down. But Lacroix has been a fantastic racer. They built this team up in the past couple of years, and man, two of them are headed for what a great finish here, top 3 in points.
So they will do some photographs down in Victory Lane, and then it will be time to welcome Marc-Antoine Cameron and the GM Paillet team. In fact, from our vantage point here, we can see J.C. Paillet and a number of his guests, and it doesn't matter where we are across this country. There are always representatives from GM Paillet at these races. They activate as well as anybody. They support their teams as well as anybody out there.
For sure. Been a great addition of support here to this series was the Paillet team. Adam, I want to send a shout out to all of our stream viewers. Everybody who watches on TSN, but we have a lot of folks that can't get to these races and pay attention to us every weekend in the series. So we want to send a shout out to all of those. A few of them even sent us messages today saying they appreciate what we do in a good season. So we appreciate you being with us here today and all season long, watching along with us. And, it's tough to get to all of them, but hopefully when the series comes to your neck of the woods here in the country, you get out and check it out. And to all our worldwide viewers, we've shown you some fantastic venues this summer and lots of great places to go, lots of great destinations. Hopefully we've shown you Canada's best. And if you need to make a trip up here, we've given you some great places to go visit.
I highly recommend, and like you say, Clinton, there's people that can't make it. Nobody can make it to all of the races. For goodness sake, the travel involved. GM Paillet can. Pick 1 or 2 that you want to go to and put it on a list. Make it a point to get to it. If you need a recommendation, boy, there's some great ones. But Trois Rivières, you'll never be disappointed going to that amazing festival. But so many great tracks. This has quickly become one of my favorite ovals. It just got so much character.
I even look outside the racing, all the cultural stuff we've been able to do on our travels this summer. We saw some great historic places too, and hopefully you take in more than just the racetrack when you head out these ways.
Can I throw you under the bus? Am I allowed?
Yeah, you can have my parfait.
And that's what I was going to get to.
I only ordered one because I knew you wanted it.
You ate chicken fingers across the country. You talk about the cultural places we go.
Oh, I don't talk about the food. The food's very cultural. I don't touch it, though. Pizza, chicken wingers, and a burger, that's about it. But
no, it's been a lot of fun.
That is way too healthy for me. And my blood type is Pepsi. You know that.
I'm not sure. What do you figure that is in there?
That's good. We should stop talking about the amazing food you've got here while people are home. Maybe have oh, Adam. Gold mine. No, we're good. And a tray of them were just brought in. So Adam had one parfait. Now he's got 16 of them.
Well, which is good because you weaseled out of the bet we had for a parfait, which I would have won.
Yeah. You weaseled out when they put red tape on the hood.
Well, that's right. So I graciously bowed out. I thought that's not fair. That's not what we had negotiated.
I know you got your eyes on that charcuterie room behind us, too.
You aren't kidding.
They built a whole wall
of
been cold cuts.
It's been torn down.
No. It's all right. We got business at hand here as the crowd still hangs around. We bring in the champion shortly here. Marc-Antoine Cameron getting things assembled down trackside for his ceremony here.
He's done this drill before. Once they are finished with Kevin Lacroix in his victory lane and they talk to second place and third place, the crowd got a chance to acknowledge Will LaRue and the great job he did here this afternoon. Then it will be time to celebrate Marc-Antoine Cameron, the GM Paillet number 96.
Skies we've had to deal with today. No weather, but a little chillier here as the clouds covered over and we got things rolling along.
As you well know, Clinton, I traveled down here as though we were headed to a tropical destination. I did not dress for the occasion.
Showed up in your flip-flops and your beach shorts.
They were sandals. At least I didn't have
They were
socks.
mandals. Great views as we take a look around here throughout the wrap-up portion of this event. Marc-Antoine Cameron still sitting on the backstretch, Adam. And, what do you think he's contemplating now, or what's going through his mind as he reflects on the year that's been?
You know, he'll think about the amazing team that he has the opportunity to race for. He'll think about Brandon White, the late Brandon White, who gave him his opportunity, who got him his start, who believed in him, who believed a road course racer could come out and learn how to race on an oval track. And I got a request from one of the people that was involved in Brandon White's team, and we're not able to honor the request, but he says, if you could do this, don't announce it, don't talk about it, but because we can't do it, I'm going to announce it. But if you could play the song, Don't Let Me Down. He said when Brandon was in some of his final days, some of the people that were closest to him were able to go and visit him, and that's a song that they sang together as if to say, you know, go on and have great fun, have a great career. And he said that would just be so meaningful to the 3 or 4 people who were in that room.
Here comes the champ for some donuts in case you're looking for them. And they will burn down the Paillet 96 here with no more racing to go.
Nosed into the front straightaway wall. Lighten up those rear general tires, and now he's going to back it up and headed into Everham Championship victory lane.
Ooh, a couple donuts there, and everybody scatters.
Does that photographer sign the same waiver do we do, or do they have a special one?
Now when you're down trackside, all our lives are risked. And what a view there as the cloud of smoke will clear and the champ will emerge.
Matthew Minor down there on the spot getting photographs. He travels with us all season long with his brother Scott. Ilian down there in victory lane. She'll be there to get some interviews. Franny, the team manager, is on hand. She has to be responsible while all the team is crossing the country doing what race teams do.
So they'll pull him around, get him in the proper position here in victory lane, and we will hear from the champ.
Now he's got it pointed the right direction. He'll back up to get himself a good angle. That or he's going to do some more burnouts. No, he's just going to pull in like a responsible champion.
So Cameron will work his way out here. We'll get a couple words from him and hear how he thinks about how his day went, how the season went. And he's just been very dominant. I don't think they'll be changing much on that team going forward. They've had a couple of great seasons. You know, he had a great season last year. The problem was Trayton Laps was just a little bit better. And both had phenomenal seasons in stats.
Kevin Lacroix had a season that would have won a lot of championships in this division. But you've got to be the best of the best.
You see the Brandon White sticker there right on the A-frame.
The unmistakable smile of Marc-Antoine Cameron is even a little bigger today as he claims his second championships in 3 seasons. This team came together just over 3 years ago. He, along with crew chief Robin McCluskey, have been an unbelievable combination, working so hard, scoring 4 victories this year, 10 podium finishes, and an incredible 12 top 10 finishes. Marc-Antoine Cameron, come on down. The first one. The first one was special. I don't know, is the second one extra special or different? But how is it?
Different, definitely. I mean, it's like to win a Stanley Cup. As soon as you got one, you want a second one, and then what an accomplishment we did this year. Team GM Payet, all my team, all the crew. I mean, I'm not saying we're the best, but those guys are working like crazy weekend after weekend. So, yeah, we win the championship. I win the championship, but at the end, it's a complete team effort. Thank you so much to GM Payet, Jean-Claude Payet, the sponsor for the series, Pinty's and everyone. Thanks to be on board. I mean, so glad to my team. Thank you so much.
Your 2024 NASCAR Canada champion, Marc-Antoine Cameron.
Going to wrap up our 2024 season. Sylvain Lacroix in victory lane to congratulate Marc-Antoine Cameron, a classy gesture. And Clinton, I mean, on behalf of everybody involved with our production, we've got to thank the fans for following us from coast to coast across the country and many stops in between. It has been a phenomenal season.
Absolutely. We appreciate you hanging around with us a lot of these weekends as we bring you Canada's National Series. It's been a pleasure.
We look forward to seeing you next season, but for now, that's so long from Autodrome Montmagny.